Shoobity wop me, oobity wop me, oop-a-doo now.
Good evening, 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 good evening. And welcome to Game Night this Thursday evening, the 2nd of October. How are you all doing? Lovely to see you all here. Hope you are keeping well. Welcome everybody to the stream. Can I introduce a message from our sponsor, Puzzle Dan?
It's the beginning of October, perfect time to do some purging then. Quiz purging, of course. Quiz
purging, of course. Thank you very much for the 53 months there, Puzzle Dan. And for kicking off that hype train, thank you as well to BC for the 25-month subscription. Most grateful to you. And Matt the Ref as well coming in with the sub. Here's a message from our sponsor, Matt the Ref.
Greetings and salutations, fellow Quizerinos and Trivialists. My good golly gosh, it's my 66th orbit of the moon in this great community.
Thank you very much for the 65-month resub there, Matt. Hope you're keeping well, my dude. Good to see you. And solid play there. 5 out of 5 in like 12 seconds on that first one. Oh, here's a message from our sponsor, Sooty Cat.
Get the purgatives out.
Get the purgatives out, indeed. So thank you for the 100 bits, Sooty Cat. Hope you're keeping well. Lovely to have you all here. And can we extend our thanks to John for that pack of Battlefront. Their debut. I mean, they had a sort of debut. They had a spotlight pack or two come out on last week, I think. But that's their first full pack, so we're very grateful to them. We got more trivia from them to look forward to later on this season. So thank you very much indeed, and very many congratulations to AB Me on winning the pack. Here's a message from our sponsor,
ABC,
Brisbane.
Do, Re, Mi.
ABC, easy as do, re, mi. Thank you for the 123 bits there, Brisbane. Hope you're keeping well. Welcome on in. And here's a message from our sponsor, Jesus, aka G. Eisens.
Huzzah to yesterday's winner, HUD 601 Smug.
Thank you for the 100 bits, G-Izers. Yeah, so yesterday's one, I'll tell you all about that in just a minute, because it's quite an amusing thing happened. Anyway, it is time for the Purge. That's our first headline game of tonight, and we're very grateful to Samster for writing this pack and to Lewis for proofing it. Let me say hello to you all. Good evening to Stilgar and Fetz, SJ and G-Izens, Maxio, Matt, Brisbane, Lewis, Prug, Sooty Cat, Lupine. Good evening, BC and JR and Sam and a run, John and Toot, Solomon and Jogging, TVP and Dalton, Silver Electron, AB Me, Scorecount, Stimson's Angle, Matt the Ref, Ape, Shapes, Fluffy Bunny, Conradalac, CJ Flyboy, The Naked Grandma, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are all very welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this Thursday evening for what promises to be a super fun edition of Game Night. We had Battlefront earlier on, we've got the Purge now, and a bit later on we'll have Data Leak as written by Quizzle. So plenty of trivia to keep the wolves from the door, as it were. And Puzzle Dan, welcome to the stream as well. So what you guys is going on about, when, as you know, friend of the community, HUD 601. I'm sure most of you probably know him. Every quarter for his community, he does what he calls a random act of kindness. So his Twitch revenue, a portion of that every month gets set aside to effectively be a massive giveaway to members of the community. And this quarter, there was a £600 pot from which he picked five winners to receive a portion of that, up to about £120 on a throne wish list. Just put down as many items as you want, and then Hudson and his team will pick out up to that value. And I won last night. And a Minky with a... Oh, well, Matt the Ref, rather, getting a sub, gifting a sub, rather, to 8 Minky. Matt, thank you for your generosity. 8 Minky, enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. And thank you very much for that, Matt. So, yes, it was... and I won. I was the first name out of the draw. And it was a little bit auspicious because... I actually, you know, the new lottery machine software, I'd actually given that to Huds. I'd done some tinkering and put his branding and stuff on it. I said, if you want to use this for your draw rather than just using the wheel of randomness, you're very welcome to. I'm happy to sit out of this draw in case, you know, there's a conflict of interest. I said, no, still be in the draw. And I was the first one out. I had to post in his server at lunchtime today. I was like, just to clarify, if anyone wants to examine the code, you're welcome to. But Huds did some stress testing, and it's just Unity physics. So that was quite amusing. But yeah, I was the recipient of that. Trade for Ben's share of the prize pool. It was quite funny. So I've got to update my throne list. Although I've got some keycaps on there, some unknown keycaps from you know, the Pokemon Unknown. They're all different letters of the alphabet. Yeah, so I've got that down for keycaps for my keyboard, which is really cool. YouTube, it's about as lucky as it can be. It's luck that is kind of inscrutable, Matt, because it's when it's just pick a number at random, you can do anything in the code to make a certain person be picked out. When it's physics, the balls are dropping in. You know, that's really hard. I mean, the way, if you were going to do it, you would have to do it. I don't even know. I mean, I'm not clever enough to manipulate the physics. I would, if I was going to, which I obviously haven't, and let's say the code will be being made public for people to investigate. And Huds was happy to use it anyway, but you'd probably just switch the ball as it was picked, make them so you can't see them, and things you can see them all. If you watch the video back and slow it down, you can see them all, and there's no switching around. I mean, that'd be probably the way to do it. It'd be a camera trick, effectively. But yeah, manipulating the physics, that's bloody hard work. And I am not clever enough to do that. So, yeah, so that's exciting, and I've got that to look forward to. Now, I've got Doggy Bear just down here, but we all have to be nice to him because he's done himself an injury this week, which is why he's not jumping up when I said hello. Because I'm not sure what happened. I was in the shower on Wednesday night, but there was this most almighty yelp from the kitchen, and not quite sure what he's done, but he's been... It's not limping, it's not on his leg, but I think he's sort of still going... and doing his little whimpers when there's something around his chest area. So I don't know if he's bashed it on something and got a bit of a bruise. So we're giving it sort of 2 or 3 days to see if it's improving. And it is improving, which is good, but I fancy going to the vets to spend £80 for them to say, leave it for 3 days and see if it improves. He may have pulled a muscle. I'm honestly no idea. But I mean, I don't think there's anything broken because, I mean, if it is a rib or something. No, stay down there because you're poorly, aren't you? Oh, you're so pretty though. But if you jump up, you'll hurt yourself, won't you? Yes, you will. So yeah, get well soon, Matt. Oh, okay. Matt the Sprat says get well soon. Would you like to see him? Just briefly. I'm not gonna. Oh, there. I'm not gonna pull him all the way up because he's where's he gone? There he is. So he's feeling a bit sorry for himself, and he sat down with his bowl. But yeah. Oh, big yawn. Are you tired? Are you tired of my nonsense? Are you tired? Concerning hole in your chest. There is rather, isn't it? That'd be Bulbasaur, I suspect. Bulbasaur against the green screen. Not that one. That one. No, not that one neither. What? Go away. Thank you.
50 months and many more to come in Poor Pupper. Many pets.
Thank you very much for the 50-month Pyro. Sorry, message from our sponsor, Pyro Pygmy. Thank you for the 50-month, and I will pass your regards on to Dexter, who's going to go back to his bed now. Go to your basket. Good boy. Thank you for the... there are no red... No, they are. They build from the bottom. I've got 3 so far. I'm going to highlight that one. There are no raid messages. Leave. And get well soon, Dex. And nothing to separate us two except for the fact that I won. And Clive, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you keep it well. 32 of you in for the Purge this evening. Yeah, I was on the raid message page. This raid message does not exist. I like that. Love a paradox. Sooty Cat, welcome to the game. 33 of you in. I'm going to give you another minute or so, and then I think we're going to get this game underway. So like I say, we've got the Purge. It's been written by Sam, proofed by Lewis. Feel the Bulbasaur-shaped hole in my heart, indeed so. If I pull him up there, it's you just about make him out there from that angle. Sam, don't know, some dude, but he writes decent trivia, so we're happy to have him. Very happy to have him. Do not adjust your raid message. Yeah, I don't know why it's capturing the operator when I go to... If I go to game no cam. So it's fine now. Don't know. Just OBS things. Hello, Tipster. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you keep well. You come to play? Fancy some Purge action if you're not already in? About 30 seconds and then we're going to lock the lobby. Just OBS things. That is what happens when you're running multiple bits of software. How many bits of software have I actually got open? That could be a good poll to do, couldn't it? OBS, Discord, handful of Chrome windows, and then the operator, graphics, and my green screen. So 6? I mean, it looks like a lot more than 6 here. Operator, Purge, Chrome, OBS, Discord, control room, voice meter as well. So yeah, Chrome, but Chrome across several windows. So yeah, it's all good. Works for me. Right, 34. Last 10 seconds, and then we're going to get this game underway. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie. If you're all ready. 34 of you in. This pack of the Purge has been written by Samster. Let's play. Here's how we play. Answer the multiple choice questions. If the group fails to stay under the breakpoint, a Purge is triggered, in which all incorrect and abstaining players must partake. If the player answers the Purge question correctly, they rejoin the game. If not, they are summarily eliminated, though may, of course, continue in the background game for extra pennies. Play continues until 20 questions have been answered, 5 Purges have taken place, or 5 or fewer players remain, whichever occurs first. Surviving players move on to the final Purge. So, a game of groupthink to an extent, but enough of you got to reach that critical mass in order to not trigger a Purge, because that is not something we want to do. I think most of us have played this game before. If you haven't, you'll pick it up pretty quick. Basically, get the questions right and answer every question. Right, on to our first question, which, as ever, is a tiebreaker. The answer to this question will take the form of a number. You want to get as close to the correct answer as possible. The distance away from the number will be set as your tiebreaker, and you're looking for the lowest tiebreak score possible. Fail to give me an answer, you'll be given Unity's maximum integer value, which is quite high. You do not want to be that far away. So type something and press submit. The closer you are, the better. Okay, yeah, it's just invoking Topper a little bit there. Let's take a look at our tie-break question. Craig David's song 7 Days and Lucas Graham's song 7 Years were released how many days apart? Time. Marcini, I'm not sure if the answer came in time. The log came in after the time up stamp went. It might have accepted it. We'll find out a bit later on. The correct answer, for what it's worth, is 5,534. Really annoyed there's no comma there. I really must fix that. Very minor thing. I need to put dot to string and then open brackets and then quote NO close brackets. Yes. I will do that at some point. Your answer is okay, fine. Yes, it depends what protection's inside there. I think you should be fine. Yeah, 5,534. Craig David, 24th of July 2000. Lucas Graham, 18th of September 2015. 15 years, 1 month, and 25 days. Sadly, not very close to there being 7 years between them. That would have been very nice. A few close answers here. Just glancing down at a few people just in 2 digits away, that is. So that could bode well. We may not need your tiebreaker, of course, only if we come to the end of the game and we haven't got a resolution. So put it from your mind for now, and we'll maybe come back to it a bit later on. Into our first question then. There are two options to this question, and give me an answer. You've got 10 seconds to answer it. The breakpoint starts, as it always does at the beginning of the Purge, at 50%, so we need to have 50% or more of you to get it wrong. More than 50% of you to get it wrong to trigger a Purge. 50% or more getting it right, and we move on to the next question. Let's take a look at our first main question of tonight's episode of the Purge. Here it is. Options are Jellycat, Labubu. TikTok user at LilsBoo went viral earlier in 2025 when she claimed she had a 24-karat gold version of what highly collectible toy? Time. The correct answer is Labubu. Her pronunciation of Labubu is probably why the clip spread everywhere. Check it out if you want to laugh, knowing she is definitely in on the joke. Claiming she spent £20,000 on the abomination. I have to say, my siblings are occasionally send me TikToks in my sibling WhatsApp group. And I sometimes struggle to read them or watch them because I don't have a TikTok account. And neither am I planning on starting one now. I don't know what a Labubu is either, Proogs. But let's find out if people in the chat do. Breakpoint is, in the game rather, 50% is the breakpoint. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Enough of you. 32 giving me the correct answer, 94%, and 2 of you giving the wrong answer. Jellycat, we're not going to find out who, but that's fine. Just know that those 2 players have avoided a purge. No abstentions there. Let's move on. Next question, as we lower the breakpoint to 40%, still with 2 options. Let's take a look at them. Invasion McMikey, welcome to the stream. To enjoy watching your channel, well, you're very welcome to. It's nice to have you with us. Hope you're keeping well. Question number 2, here's your options. Night. Day. What fills the blank in the names of these paintings? Vincent van Gogh's Blank Cafe Terrace and Edward Hopper's Blank Hawks. Time. The correct answer is night. I was gonna give Night Cafe Terrace a little look up, because if it's the one I'm thinking of, I do know what it is. Yes, it is that one. Nighthawks, I do know. Nighthawks is the one with the people in it's like a cafe or a bar, possibly. I once wrote a short story based on that painting as a challenge with a friend of mine when I was at university. And yes, the other one is the cafe at night in typical Vincent van Gogh style. Nighthawks and Night Cafe Terrace were the answers. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Just the one that time. 3%, 97% getting the right answer again. No abstentions there. So we move on. Lowering the breakpoint to 30% now. Still 2 options for the question. Let's take a look at them. Red. Green. What colour is the smaller inner ring of the bullseye on a traditional dartboard? Time. The correct answer. There's a darts content I watched this stream for. Yeah, it's red. Yes, of course, it's a Samster pack, so there's always a non-zero chance there'll be a darts question at some point. Yeah, the outer ring is green, and the outer ring is worth 25 points. The bullseye is worth 50 points. Amanda Holden's in a... Darren, please. 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 That... Poor Amanda Holden. Correct answer is red. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. Decent chunk, avoiding a purge still. No abstentions, but 8 players going for green. All come clear next week, day afternoon, Ben. Is that right, Shapes? Is that right? Look forward to that. Yeah, 76% of you getting the correct answer there, so very well done. You have avoided a purge for now, but we're getting jolly close. Let's move on to the next question. Still 2 options. Breakpoint now down to 20%. So if we have the same result as we did on the previous question, we will be triggering a purge on this one. Just before we launch this question, here is a message from our sponsor, TVP.
4th question in 4 months. I love those coincidences. That I've caused myself. LMAO. Happy everyone.
Happy everyone. Thank you for the 4 months, TVP. Yeah, it's a coincidence. Slight coincidence. So you press the button just as question 4 comes out. But thank you very much for the 4-month subscription. Very grateful to you. Let's take a look. Happy everyone indeed. Let's take a look at our next question. Options are Oscar, Mike. He was the only main character from the US version of The Office to cross over into 2025's semi-spin-off, The Paper. Time. Having seen neither of them, I wouldn't have had a clue on this, nor have I even seen the English or British version of The Office. I'm not a huge fan of Ricky Gervais. He's all right in some things. I quite liked him in Afterlife, but yeah, The Office, it never particularly tickled my fancy, as it were. The correct answer is Oscar. Mike is not actually a character in The Office, or indeed The Paper, for that matter. So, yeah, Oscar was the answer we wanted. Breakpoint is 20%. Silent Marine thinks this will be a purge. Let's find out if they're right. Start the meter. This equals rock and scissors. Yes, indeed. And it's a chonky purge as well. 62% of you going wrong there. No abstentions, which is good, but only 13 players getting the right answer. It does mean those 21 players who were wrong are all going to be thrown into this purge. A full answer, and Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. Full answer will be required. It's not multiple choice. You've got 20 seconds to get it in, otherwise you will be eliminated. Let's find out who is in purge number 1. Chomk. C-H-O-M-N-K. Chomk purge. Vets, Dalton, JR, Matt, G. Eisens, Arun, Lupine, Doorbane Shapes, TVP, Riff, Stimson's Angle, Prug, Silver Electron, Flyboy, Brisbane, Matt the Ref, Silent Marine, Puzzle Dan, Cliver Legend, and Sooty Cat. You are all in the purge. Oh Lord, the purge coming. Indeed, it is. Well, remember, the purge questions are on their own difficulty curve, so the questions in the main game do gradually get harder, as do the ones in the purge, but it is still the first purge question, so hopefully this will fall favourably for you if you are in this purge. If you're not in this purge, you may still answer, because it could be worth bonus, well, it will be worth bonus pennies later on, but there's no pressure to do so. But everyone whose chair is red, correct answer, or you will be eliminated. Good luck. Here is the first purge question. What E links a famous English comedian with the first name Jenny, the French word for a flash of lightning, and a pastry made with choux dough filled with cream and topped with chocolate icing? Sounds very delicious. Last time. The correct answer. Holy word salad. Eclair. Jenny Eclair is the comedian in question. The French word for a flash of lightning is éclair. Éclair. And a pastry, of course, made with choux dough filled with cream and topped with chocolate icing is a chocolate eclair. I would probably agree with you, Sooty Cat. Profiteroles are better than eclairs. My girlfriend regularly comes home with stacks of profiteroles, and then she'll eat like 2, maybe 3 of them, and then leave me to devour the rest of them. I come with like a stack of like 12 or 15. And when she eats them, she'll take the chocolate off because she says the chocolate's too rich for her. So I end up having double-hatted chocolate profiteroles. And it's based is the word. It's very, very pleasing. They're also from M&S as well, which are M&S profiteroles. Love it. Right, Eclair was the answer. Let's find out how many of you got that one wrong. Blue, your chair will go blue if you're right, but if not, it's going to go red. Just the 2, Doorbane and Marcini. Doorbane, I believe that was an abstention. There was no answer recorded for you there, so unfortunately you are about to be purged. TVP as well. Very bad luck. Unfortunately, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time. And Dorbane and TVP, you have been purged. As we always do, post-purge, we reset the breakpoint of the purge meter and we add 10% to it. So we're going back to 60% pre-casts. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, it's not me being fancy, it's Anya who is. And here's a message from our sponsor, TVP.
Remember how I said I love coincidences of caused myself? Now I hate them, LMAO.
Thank you for the 100 bits, TVP. That's the way it goes. But of course, the background game is still there for you. Is M&S higher or lower than Waitrose on a bougie scale? I think it's probably marginally higher. Maybe. I'll just say, look, I don't shop at Waitrose either. I shop locally, to be honest. I go to Tesco's like once a month to get, you know, stuff I can only get from Tesco's. But that is a good question. But yeah, she likes the finer things in life, so yeah, very often we'll end up with stuff. And macarons as well, from or macaroons. God, I wrote that question once in Moneybox. I can't remember the difference. The little sandwich ones. We get those from M&S as well, and yeah, they're good. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on breakpoints 60%. Let's take a look at our next question. Options are snail, slug. The cochlea takes its name from the Latin for what insect? LMAO. And that is time. Correct answer. It's a snail, though I would dispute that a snail and slugs are insects. Are they mollusks or invertebrates? I don't think they're insects, but they're in the garden and different from plants, aren't they? So, invertebrates. Well, I think classifying them as insects, it's like, you know, fish is not the same as seafood, but it's on the same bit of the menu and different from puddings. So, yeah, snails in the garden and not flowers. So I think, yeah, we could call them insects. That's fine. Spiders are spiders are just insects that got you know, ideas above their station, aren't they? Incidentally, it's snail because they're shaped like a snail shell, hence its name. Yeah, bats aren't birds, yes, but they fly and they're different from aeroplanes. Yeah, sorry, there's a lot of raid message suggestions coming in off the back of this little bit of banter here. Fish are different from pudding. Yeah, seafood is different from pudding. There's some good ones. Going to have to review those a bit later. Anyway, correct answer, snail. Breakpoint 60%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. Not many, just the one, no abstentions there. 97%, 31 players getting the right answer. We move on. Birds aren't real. Well, we already know that, don't we? We already know there's no such thing as a bird. Or a fish. On we go to our next question. We're going to up the number of options available here. So 3 options for this question, and here they are. Audible, gustatory, tangible. What is the name of the Amazon-owned service that offers recordings of novels and podcasts? Time. I'll always remember this thanks to one of my favourite YouTubers, Jay Foreman. Go to audible.com/jforeman for a 30-day free trial. You can try it out. Yes, that's audible.com/jforeman for a 30-day free trial. Thank you very much. The end. Out from under the desk. No, Dexter, no. Go to your bed. Nowhere near the cables, please. Out from under the desk. That's a good little fella. Not sponsored by Jay Foreman. But Jay, if you're watching this in the background, hi. I don't know if you are watching. I don't even know if you're aware of my existence. I feel like you must be peripherally, because we met one time at the theatre. Auditioning for Map Men. Yeah. The correct answer, yes, is audible. Audible meaning it can be heard. Tangible meaning it can be felt. And gustatory meaning it can be tasted. Audible.com/game night. Doesn't quite scan. Not enough syllables in game night. Let's find out how many of you were wrong there. Start the meter. Again, just the one. may or may not have been the same person as the previous question who got it wrong. Not going to say who it is, or not. Neither will I confirm that piece of information. But yes, of course, the anonymity of this game is orderable. Yes, anonymity of this game is half the fun. But yes, 97% getting it right. Let's play on. 40% now the breakpoint. Let's take a look at the options for our next question. UK National Insurance Number, US Social Security Number, they're the same length. What has more characters? Time. I'm just counting my national security, my national insurance number on my fingers to make sure as I look at my notes. Ben friends of No, I didn't actually chat with Teller after the show in the lobby, but Jay Foreman I did. I have a photograph with him as well, which I'll dig out for you a bit later on. Correct answer. They're the same length. They both have 9. I don't quite. I mean, I watched a CGP Grey video explaining the social security number. Is it like private? Is it sort of something you're not supposed to share? Or like your national, because I've memorised my national insurance number. I don't know if most people in the UK have done that, but I know mine starts JT18. I'm not going to give you any more than that, just in case I'm not supposed to share it. But yes, I do have my national insurance number off pat. But they are the same length. They both have 9 characters. No, he can speak, he just chooses not to. So Social Security is 3 numbers, then 2 numbers, then 4 numbers. Okay, so yes, that would indeed be 9. The correct answer was they're the same length. Breakpoint's 40%. Let's find out something you have to give out for financial stuff you should share outside that context. Pretty much the same as the national insurance number, so you can pay tax in this country and you are eligible to be employed. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Ay, 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 ay. Well, here's a question that doesn't favour either the UK or the US audience, only those who maybe know both. We have got a monster of a purge with 78% of you incorrect. 10 think the UK national insurance number longer. 15 think the US social security number. I'd be very interested. My guess, and I'm going to glance at the logs in a minute, my guess is that more Brits thought the social security number is longer and more Americans thought the national insurance number was longer. Let's see if that theory holds up. There's an American who went for UK. There's a Brit who went for US. There's a American who went for UK. There's a Brit who went for US. Let's look at. Okay, there's a Brit who went for UK, and there's a North American who went for US. So it's not a foolproof theory, but yeah, that looks to be the way it's broadly that demographic has broken down. Just 7 players going for the correct answer, which means we are going to have 25 players in this purge. Let's find out who you are. Goodness me, that's a lot of you. Vets, JR, BC, Matt the Sprats, Solomon, Arun, Lupine Shapes 2, Jogging, Conradalac, Riff, Stimpson's Angle, Prugs, Silver Electron, Ape, Flyboy, Brisbane, Nicogram, I still got Maxio, CJ, Clive, and Tipster. You are all in the purge. This is the second purge, so it may be a little bit harder than the first. We had quite a good success rate in that first one, but let's see if we can maintain that, because you must give me a correct answer if you want to stay in the game. Those of you whose chairs are not red, you may still answer for bonus pennies, but there is no pressure to do so. Very best of luck. Here is the second purge question. In the genus edition of the board game Trivial Pursuit, what category is represented by a pink circle with an E in it? Sorry, Jogging, I've just seen your answer come in. Which did make me, did tickle me. Clive? What did you mean to type there? Could you... did you like have a meltdown halfway through your answer? Because it started so well. I just want to qualify before I reveal. Well, let me reveal anyway. I always sort of used to say Genius Edition growing up, but yes, in the Genius Edition of the board game Trivial Pursuit, what category is represented by a pink circle with an E in it? The correct answer is entertainment. Entertainment. Now, if you gave me the answer entertainment, you are going to go blue. If not, you are going to go red. Let's take a look. Certainly more blue than red. Let's just go through some of these wrong answers. Jogging is one of my favourite answers. I have a Zoom quiz at 9 I have to throw, sorry, which is kind of fine. Clive I'll come back to. Stimson's Angle going for physics, Solomon for geography, Flyboy going for art. Yeah, there was a clue in the question with that letter E. Now, Clive, you went for something which, again, started right, but I don't know... Oh, you're working, yeah. I mean, I sort of... Is that what you were aiming for? It's... Because it looks like that's what you were aiming for, and then sort of went mildly wrong halfway through. Yeah, it is dedication. I'm inclined to take Clive at his word. He was typing quick, and I assume he was going what he's known for. So it's a sign of trust in me and Clive of Legend that I think what you've typed there is pretty much close enough. I can't think of anything else you would have been going for, so I'm going to allow that. And it's too late because this game hasn't got uncondone. Generally, see why someone take your judgment. I think you knew the answer to that. It does mean, regrettably, we have to lose Solomon, Jogging, Stimson's Angle, and Flyboy from the game. Thank you very much for playing, and do continue playing for extra pennies in the behind the scenes game. But for now, I'm afraid it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. 6 players purged, 28 remain in live play. The breakpoint resets to 70%, so we've got a little bit of breathing room. Still quite a lot of players in the game. I'm going to take a momentary pause for everyone to catch their breath while I award Sooty Cat 1,000 pennies. There you go, Sooty Cat. Going for the cash, not the lottery. Sensible decision. Still 2 options per question as we go to the next one. Let's take a look at the options. 3 options, I beg your pardon. Heptathlon, javelin, marathon. In September 2025, Julia Patternane won Uruguay's first ever World Athletics Championships medal when she came 3rd in what event, finishing behind athletes from Kenya and Ethiopia? Time. And the correct answer: marathon. Athletes from Ethiopia and Kenya are prolific in marathons. In the Olympics, Ethiopia have won the most gold medals in the event with 6, while Kenya has the greatest medal total with 15 overall. A friend of mine who's another endurance runner, is better than me, compared his gait to, who's the, I think he's Kenyan, I think. And his name has escaped me now. I'm going to have to Google it. Kipchoge, Euclid Kipchoge. He compared his own sort of stride, if you like, with Euclid Kipchoge's, and it was kind of similar. But Euclid Kipchoge's like pace is faster, or possibly the other way around. It's really interesting when you look at the stride and the pace, or the pace was basically the same, but Kipchoge's stride was like 5 meters or something like that. So yeah, it's really interesting when you get into high-level endurance running. But marathon was the answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Breakpoint 70%, fairly high. Let's see if we've avoided that purge. Start the meter. Okay. Halfway up to the breakpoint, or that or thereabouts. There was 1 abstention on that particular question, and 32% in total incorrect. 5 going for javelin, 3 for heptathlon, 1 abstention, 19 getting the correct answer, 68%. Very nice indeed. Riff, hello, welcome to the stream. I know you've been here a while, but lovely to see you in the chat. Hope you're keeping well. They should have a javelin marathon event. Who can throw? Oh, javelin marathon event. Who can throw a javelin 26 miles in a few thirds? That'd be a great event. I often think the Olympics would be improved by throwing things that people actually throw. That no one throws a javelin or a discus. It's just like the remote control. That's something that gets thrown. You bloody pick something to watch then. Pants in the laundry basket. That'd be a. Oh, you hear the commentators just like, he's going for pants and both socks. With a difficulty rating of 4.2. That'd be a brilliant event. So yeah, event in Saturday night television. Rather than the people don't throw discuses in real life. New Olympic event of throwing Trump as far as possible. Best result wins the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, let's keep things non-political for this evening. Let's go for boxers into the wicker basket for this one. Yes, that'd be a great event. That's stuff people actually throw, isn't it? Keys, car keys. Chuck's keys? Yeah, anyway. Move on, I'm having a good time. But we need to move on to our next question. Still 3 options, let's take a look at them. News of the world. Today. Sporting Life. What name is shared by a Queen album and a single by The Jam, the latter of which was used as the theme to the TV show Mock the Week? Time. Correct answer. It's News of the World. Queen album that has, I think it's got We Are the Champions on it, but I might be wrong. Of course, news. Read all about it. News of the World. News of the World is The Jam. It's the theme to Mock the Week. And all 3 of them are defunct British newspapers. News of the World was the correct answer. Breakpoint is 60%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. That's what we like to see, a sea of green. All 28 of you getting the right answer and moving on rapidly, lowering the breakpoint to 50%. Still 3 options. Let's take a look at them. Breeders. Outnumbered. My Family. In 2022, the mum and dad of what sitcom actually married in real life? Time. I've seen all of these apart from Breeders. I've never watched Breeders. The correct answer was Outnumbered. I watched My Family a lot when I was in secondary school, and that's when that was around. My ex-wife used to watch Outnumbered a lot, so I used to sort of catch that in the background. It was quite enjoyable. But yes, Outnumbered starred Hugh Dennis and Claire Skinner. They tied the knot in 2022, though it didn't become known to the public until 2025. Stars of My Family, Robert Lindsay and Zoe Wanamaker, have never married, nor have stars of Breeders Martin Freeman and Daisy Haggard. Oh, Martin Freeman. I like Martin Freeman. He's a good egg. Now, the breakpoint is 50%. How many of you got that one wrong? Let's see if we can avoid a purge. Start the meter. There we go. Time for purge number 3. There was an abstention in there. 13 going for Outnumbered and 14 going for other answers, and 1 abstention means it's 15 to 13. 46% getting right, which does mean 54% were wrong. It would have been, I think it probably would have just been 1 person. Yeah, that 1 abstention could have meant the difference between a purge and not. That's the way this game goes. So if you were correct there, and you're one of those 13 players, congratulations. You don't have to partake in Purge number 3, though you may do so for bonus pennies if you like. For everybody else, however, you've got to fight for your life, and those 15 players are... BC, Lupine, Kohler, Conradlac, Riff, Prug, Silver Electron, Brisbane, Stilgart, Matt the Ref, Silent Marine, Maxio, CJ, Clive, and Tipster. You are all in Purge number 3. Full correct answer required in order to continue in the game. Very best of luck. 20 seconds. Here is the 3rd Purge question. It needs to be exceeded, OM Dalton. So if exactly 50% had been right, that would not have triggered a purge there. It has to be exceeded, not just met. That is a good question, and it has been a point of contention in the past, but it does need to fully break through. Right, here is the third purge question. Umberto II was the last monarch of which European country, ruling for just over a month in 1946 before its monarchy was abolished? This does feel very familiar. Where have I seen this question before? Because I didn't proof this pack, but this feels very familiar. Yeah, where did this question come up before? Was it Escape Artist last week? Ha! That's the way it goes. Convergent thinking, different authors. Sometimes, if you've got different authors and different proofers, sometimes that can happen. I can't remember who proofed Escape Artist last week. I think it was Topper. So it would have been JR and Topper and Sam and Lewis. And I've not seen any of them. I've seen both of them. I saw them as they came up. So. And yet Eclair coming up on the pyramid. I tell you, there's only so many facts in the world, aren't there? But just shows there's convergent thinking, and means you might have a little heads up on this one if you were there for that stream. Umberto II was the last monarch of which European country? 57 known facts. That's true, Abe. Ruling for just over a month in 1946 before its monarchy was abolished. The correct answer is Italy. He soon after went into exile in Portugal, where he stayed until his death later the same year in 1946, unless that's a typo. Let's have a look. Until his death in 1983. Does look like that might be a typo in the factoid there. Yes, died in 1983. Umberto II. Umberto. So the answer was Italy. If you gave me Italy, your chair is going to go blue. If not, I'm afraid it's going to go red. We have got some wrong answers in here. Matt going for Portugal, Riff for Spain, Maxio for France, and Conradalac for Denmark. And I guess an abstention as well from Brisbane. I'm not seeing an answer come in from you, which means it will be elimination as a matter of course. It does mean Conradalac, Riff, Brisbane, Matt, Maxio. Good hustle, but unfortunately you can go no further. Do continue in the background game, but it's the wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. Breakpoint reset to 80%. 11 players purged, 23 left in live play. It's been a very steady purge tonight. We've still got more than half the players left in live play, with only 2 purge questions left, but we're only about halfway through the main game pack. Let's take a look at our next question. I think we're increasing the options for this one, up from 3 to 4. Let's find out and take a look at those options. Birkenstock, Dr. Martens, Timberland, Skechers. Which of these shoe brands is spelled correctly? It's time. Breakpoint 80%. I probably should have pronounced that Doc Martens, but I recognised that as the wrong spelling and so went on to autopilot. The correct answer is Birkenstock. Skechers doesn't have a T, S-K-E-C-H-E-R-S. Doc Martens is with an E, not an I. And Timberland with an E-R in the middle rather than an A. Timberland with an A is a musician. Birkenstock is the correct answer, and if you said that, you may help to avoid this purge, or if you didn't say that, you may have contributed to this purge. The breakpoint's 80%, quite high. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. %, definitely avoided, no abstentions there. 12 of you getting the correct answer. Everyone recognising the incorrect spelling of Doc Martens and Timberland as well. Skechers is what caught a lot of you out there. 10 players going for Skechers. But no harm, no foul. We have avoided that purge and we move on. Breakpoint now down to 70%. Let's take a look at our next question. Still 4 options available, and they are Brighton and Hove Albion, Aston Villa, West Ham United, Nottingham Forest. In September 2025, Ange Postecoglou became the manager of which Premier League team 3 months after being sacked by Tottenham Hotspur? Time. It's a good classic sport ball question. Sport and current affairs in the same basket, so we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Correct answer was Nottingham Forest. I had to write a question for my university pub quiz on sport for the weekend just gone. So I had a glance at the Premier League table and was surprised to find some teams in the top 6 that I didn't expect to find in the top 6. Amongst them, no Manchesters. Certainly correct at the time of writing. But yeah, Nottingham Forest. Most Forest fans were not happy with the sacking of their previous manager, Nuno Espirito Santo. Sorry, it goes over a line break. Who gave them their highest league finish in 30 years. But yes, Ange Postecoglou is now the manager of Nottingham Forest. Let's find out how many of you are wrong. Breakpoint is at 70%, so still quite high. Let's see if we survive that one. Start the meter. Yeah, definitely avoided again. Sorry, Doggy Bear's just gone to lie down in his bed. Such a sweet dog. 52% incorrect. The cursed ratio strikes again. 48% getting the correct answer. Nottingham Forest, 11 players. 6 going for West Ham, 4 for Villa, 2 for Brighton and Hove Albion. No abstentions there. We avoid that purge and we move on. Lowering the breakpoint to 60%. Well, let's take a look at our next question, and the 4 options are 2,000 metres, 3,000 metres, 4,000 metres, or 5,000 metres. Over what distance is a standard Olympic rowing race held? Time. And Sam's still making full use of the fact that the author can now decide the order the answers appear or shuffle them if they prefer. So yes, 2, 3, 4 or 5,000 metres. A standard Olympic rowing race is 2,000 metres, just a 2k. Conversely, say a park run is 5k. It takes me about 23-ish minutes on a good day. So rowing races are a lot quicker than that. If you went for the third option, shame. Well, we'll find out in just a minute. Breakpoint is 60%. Let's find out how many were wrong, first of all. Start the meter. Triggered it. There was 1 abstention. I'm assuming that's Sooty Cat having an error message and refreshing. Maybe missing the question. 9 players, Lewis, went for 4,000 metres. So apparently there is shame on 9 players. 2 going for 5,000, 4 for 3,000. Just 7 getting the correct answer there and the 1 abstention. And we have triggered that 4th purge, which means 9, 11, 15, 16 players are going to be in purge number 4. Let's find out who they are. AD Me, Dalton, JR, Matt, G. Eisens, Lupine Shapes, Prug, Silver Electron, Ape, Nick, Grandma, Silent Marine, Puzzle Dan, CJ, Clive, and Sooty Cat. You are all in purge number 4. Full correct answer is required to avoid elimination. For the 7 players who aren't in this purge, you can just relax, answer the question, of course, for fun and for bonus pennies, but no pressure to answer for everybody else. Good luck. Here is the 4th purge question. 20 seconds. What 2025 animated film became Netflix's most watched original title at its first to top the US box office upon the cinematic release of a sing-along version? Sooty Cat, we'll see if that accepts or not accepts, because it did come in after the time expired. We'll find out in a minute. What 2025 animated film became Netflix's most watched original title and its first topped the US box office upon the cinematic release of a sing-along version. The correct answer is K-pop Demon Hunters, which I have never heard of. I do still subscribe to a Netflix account. I can't remember the last time I watched something on Netflix because we're watching Banshee at the moment, which is on my local Plex media server. So yeah, my Netflix account is costing me like 30 quid a month for relatively little. Very high concept movie title. If you gave me K-pop Demon Hunters, your chair is going to go blue. If not, you're going to go red. There were quite a lot of abstentions in there. Sooty Cat, were you among them, or have you gone blue? You've gone blue, so even though it came in after the technical time up, it was accepted, which means I've got loose answer protection in this game, which is possibly a good thing. The pyramid has got tight answer protection, which at some point I'm going to roll out into everything, but not today. Just one wrong answer from 8 Minky, and the rest were abstentions. It does mean, regrettably, AB Meiji, Eisen, Shapesprue, Silver Electron, 8 Minky, Nekagramma, and CJ Binks. It's a wrong answer at the wrong time. Thank you very much for playing, but I'm afraid you have been purged. Flipping the balance somewhat. More than half have been purged now. 19 players in total. 15 still live. As we reset that breakpoint to 90%. 90%. That's a good chunk of flexibility available here, especially with as many as 15 players still in. But we continue with the game. Still 4 options available for our remaining players. And of course, if you're playing in the background game, good luck. Here are your options to your next question. Dr. Strangelove, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, The Shining. Which Stanley Kubrick film was the on-screen debut of legendary actor James Earl Jones? Time. The correct answer? It's Dr. Strangelove. He played First Lieutenant Lothar Zog. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'm sorry, Dave, that one. Clockwork Orange, which is quite a challenging film. And The Shining. Here's Johnny, starring Jack Nicholson. Even though his character was Jack Torrance, I always wondered in The Shining why he said here's Johnny. Because his character was called Jack Torrance. But I'll tell you why in a minute. Here's a message from our sponsor, Oni, though, first.
What the hell am I doing in Northampton?
I mean, don't nobody deserve that, Oni. Thank you for the 56-month subscription. Here's Oni! That works as well. But yes, it was a pop culture reference to I think it was The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, which he used to open the show by saying, here's Johnny. And then Jack Nicholson transformed it into a terrifying, murdery sort of thing. I've only ever seen The Shining once. And of the 4 films up there, it's the only one I've seen from end to end. Clockwork Orange I've seen most of, but not all of. 2001 I've seen bits of. Doctor Strangelove I've never seen. The Shining. I wasn't sure about it. I think I need to watch it again now. I'm probably half a lifetime ago when I last watched it. Anyway, let's find out how many of you were on. Breakpoint's 90%, so we're fairly safe, but let's find out. Start the meter. Fantastic fried chicken place. Well, that's something, mate. And welcome to the stream, Ernie. And Woolly back as well. Welcome to the stream. What would anyone do in Northampton? Who knows? They definitely have, even at this level. Not this time, though. We avoid the purge. No abstentions. 6 players. 40% go for Dr. Strangelove. 60% incorrect. 4 on 2001. 3 on A Clockwork Orange. 2 on The Shining. That sort of evens the odds a bit. But yeah, just under half getting that one right. We avoid that purge and we move on. Remember, we've only got one more purge question in the bag. We lower the breakpoint to 80% as we take a look at our next question. 4 options, and they are: Go, Scrabble, Chess, Othello. With titles including 2025, the year of Harshan, and When Engines Fail, Nigel Succeeds, what board game features prominently in videos by YouTuber Will Anderson? Time. Correct answer is Scrabble. So yeah, so the titles refer to Harshan Lamabadasuria. Lamabadasuria, yes, I think I was right first time. Two-time world champ runner-up, and Nigel Richards, almost undoubtedly the greatest Scrabble player of all time. Will Anderson is a top-level player in his own right. I must say I've never heard of him, but I feel like I probably enjoy this channel. There's a couple of chess Twitch streamers that I follow, and I do have a soft spot for classic board games in my heart. Slightly less so the more modern board games, which Spiel des Jahres and questions always come up, and I'm like, what? I know what Settlers of Catan is, although I've never played it. But things like Scrabble and chess, I'm a big fan of. Correct answer was Scrabble. Breakpoint's 80%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Still going. Okay, breathe a sigh of relief, people. We have avoided it. Just 5 getting it right. That could have been drama time, because 5 is what we need for the final. But 4 going for Go, 5 for chess. Nobody going for Othello, curiously. But yeah, just 1 abstention there. 67% incorrect, coming in under the break point. So we avoid that purge and we move on. We'll lower the break point down to 70%. 5 options now per question. Yes, 5 options now per question. So we're just increasing that difficulty curve just a little bit further. Let's see what this next one brings. Options are: the fishermen, the famished road, the palm wine drinkard, things fall apart, half of a yellow sun, Ugwu, a houseboy, Odinikbo, a professor, and Olana, a sociology graduate, are key characters in which Nigerian novel that won the Women's Prize for Fiction? Time. That's a question and a half for me to sight read. Ugwu, a houseboy, Odenigbo, a professor, and Olana, a sociology graduate, are key characters in which Nigerian novel that won the Women's Prize for Fiction? The Fisherman, the Famished Road, the Palm Wine Drinkard, Things Fall Apart, or Half of a Yellow Sun. I have to say, I've only heard of 3 of those: The Fisherman, Things Fall Apart, and Half of a Yellow Sun. And the correct answer is Half of a Yellow Sun. And note from Sam here that a clue is that all the other novels are written by male authors. Half of a Yellow Sun is the only one written by a woman, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I beg your pardon, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Half of a Yellow Sun, which features Ugwu, Odenigbo, and Olana. Breakpoint is 70%. Let's find out how many of you got that one wrong. Start the meter. Sorry, Abe. Still going. There we go. Triggered it. And we have triggered the 5th purge, which means we will forego the final 4 questions of the pack, because this is our trigger point for a final 5 purges. It's the first one to be hit, irrespective of how many players are left post-purge. But yes, 87% of you are incorrect, just 2 getting Half of a Yellow Sun. Now, those 2 don't necessarily have a guaranteed spot in the final. It depends how many players get this 5th purge question correct. But as I suspected might happen, the most commonly known answer on the board, Things Fall Apart, was the most popular answer. 9 players going for that. 1 going for the Palm Wine Drinkard, I beg your pardon. 2 for the Famished Road and 1 for the Fisherman. There were no abstentions. Let's take a look. No, the 2 don't automatically qualify, because we've got 13 players in this purge, and if 13 of them survive, then it's going to come down to whoever's got the highest score. So let's find out who is in purge number 5. I used to think that. I used to say that quite a lot, go on autopilot, but no, that's not how this game works. Vets, Dalton, JR, BC, Matt, Lupine, Kolish, Stilgar, Silent Marine, Puzzle Dan, Clive, and Sooty Cat, and Tipster. You are all in Purge number 5. Arun and Toot, you can relax for this question. Answer it if you like for bonus pennies, but no pressure. Everyone else, full answer required within 20 seconds. I wish you the very best of luck. Here is the 5th Purge question. Which section of the BBC website is represented by an icon of 3 purple lines intended to signify books? Three seconds. And that is time. The correct answer, BBC Bite Size, which was around even when I was doing my GCSEs. I think it's probably evolved a little since then. But yes, it is the one that students tend to go to for good revision techniques and revision guides ahead of exams. Used to be orange, it is now purple, and yes, the books was your in there, I think. So let's find out who was right, and if you were, you're going to go blue. If not, you are going to go red. Decent number getting it right. How many red lights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tipster, Stilgar, Cola, Silent Marine, BC, Puzzle Dan, and Vets. Did I say you? I did not say you. You must have abstained there. Yeah, archives, library, sounds, magazine, and reading. Unfortunately, all incorrect answers. It is not going to cut the mustard at this time. Very well done to JR, to Clive, to Sooty Cat, to Dalton, to Matt, and to Ralph. You do get to go back into the pool, and some of you may be in the final. But for Fets, BC, Kolish, Stilgar, Silent Marine, Puzzle Dan, and Tipster, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time. Great hustle this game. Thank you for playing. But I'm afraid you have been purged. The klaxon has sounded, which means we have either had 5 purge questions, 20 main game questions, or 5 or fewer players left. In this case, it's the 5 purges, which means it's time for the final purge. And because we have more than 5 players left in the game, it will be decided by the tiebreaker. Just to remind you how this works, the first tiebreak metric will be total correct answers out of the 16 main game questions that we have seen. The purge questions are not counted in this metric, so total correct out of 16. If we have a tie, it will be broken on that initial numerical tiebreaker. If you are in the purge final, your chair will stay blue. If not, it is going to go red. Our finalists are, and I know I have the note that I want to do this one at a time, but I haven't implemented it yet. You don't need to mention it again. Our 5 finalists are Toot, Sooty Cat, Arun, OM Dalton, Matt the Sprat, and the Lupine 1. Very many congratulations. You are through to the final purge. Commiserations to... No, I've read that wrong. Toot, Sooty Cat, Arun, OM Dalton, and Matt the Sprat. I might have read 6 names. Sorry, Lupine. Sorry to get your hopes up. I think I read 6 names out. Toot, Sooty Cat, Arun, OM Dalton, and Matt the Sprat. Sorry, I've just got a list of names here and I just got carried away. It's the top 5, not the top 6. Commiserations to Lupine, Clive, and JR. And indeed, making it to the end, just to break down the numbers for you, Lupine and Clive got 9 out of 16, JR got 8 out of 16, Matt and upwards got 11 out of 16. Matt, Dalton, and Arun all getting 11. Sooty Cat getting 12, and Toot getting 14. So no tiebreakers were required on that one, but you have been ordered by tiebreakers. The 3 on 11, Arun, OM Dalton, and Matt the Sprat. Arun was actually the only player in double digits away. Arun 34 away, Dalton 35-34 away, and Matt 54-66 away, which is why the order has been set thus. Toot, Sooty Cat, Arun, Dalton, and Matt. It does mean we're going to lose Lupine, Clive, and JR from the game, but thank you very much for playing, you 3. Do continue in the background game for the final purge. And let's just take a look at the pre-final leaderboard total correct answers in the first column. Purge has survived in the second column, which is why it doesn't just do it by order of the first number. ABME having a great run here, as is 8, both with 12 out of 16. Toot with the highest score, 14 out of 16. A few 11s in there as well, so very well done. They will be converted into pennies. And the final leaderboard will show you the total questions correct, including the Purge ones, but this is just the breakdown of the main game questions. The end game will show you the thing, and your score might update in a slightly weird way. It's on the list for me to look at, but I think it's correct. So yeah, it might just randomly update, you know, add on 4 for you if you got 4 Purge questions correctly. But those are the scores on the doors. And we've got 5 players for the final. 2, Sooty Cat, Arun, Dalton, and Matt. You are all through to the final Purge. Let's go there now. A very familiar feeling for some of you, and for some of you it might be the first time you've been here. I'm just going to have a glance at the medal cabinet. I'm not going to share the information with you now because I do not want to influence you either way in this game, but just for my own personal curiosity, just having a glance at the medal cabinets. I will share this data with you later on, but I will say for one of these players, they are looking for their first ever game night medal. For another one of these players, they are looking for their first non-lobby game night medal. I will say no more than that. Toot, you had the most questions correct. You finished in the lead, so you are going to be given the choice of whether you go first or last. A quick overview of the rules. You will be shown half a question, and then you will have to decide whether to play or pass. If you play the question and get it right, you can choose another player to eliminate. If you pass the question and they get it wrong, they are eliminated. However, if you play and you're wrong, or you pass and they are right, you eliminate yourself from the game. We'll go from Toot, Sooty Cat, Arun, Dalton, Matt, or in reverse order, depending what Toot decides in just a moment. You've seen half a question. You've then got 20 seconds after seeing the full question to get your answer in. Even if you're in the final and you're not active, answer every question because they are still worth pennies for you. And likewise, if you're playing in the background game, do answer every question because they are worth pennies. So, Toot, you finished in the lead, so you get the choice. Are you going to go first or last? And unsurprisingly, Toot is going to play first. Head on into the fray. You still get the choice to pass this question if you don't like the first half of it. But let's take a look at the first half of the first final Purge question. Based on half a question, Toot, decide whether you want to play or pass. Now, quick reminder for our finalists, double check who you are passing to, because the order, the layout on your device is not necessarily the same as the layout on broadcast. Okay, so double check which player you are passing to. Toot, here is half a question. The only one not to be rectangular, which? Toot's going to play this question, so taking his fate in his own hands. You get this right, you get to choose someone else to eliminate, and it's going to be an upsetting tide if that happens, because that player has no agency, but that is the rules of the game. However, if you get this one wrong, Toot, you will eliminate yourself. That's half a question. I hope it goes in the direction that you want it to. Best of luck. Here is that question in full, 20 seconds. The only one not to be rectangular, which US state's flag is described as a triangular swallowtail and contains 17 white stars? Time. I can tell you, yeah, not Nepal then. I wonder if Toot thought that's where that would go. Of course, Nepal isn't the only non-rectangular flag because Switzerland is a square. So it wasn't going to be world flags. I can tell you it's 17 stars because it was the 17th state to join the Union. The correct answer and Toot's response. No, they're not. They're quadrilaterals. No, they're not quadrilaterals. I don't... Shut up. Correct answer and Toot's response. You got the right first letter too, but the wrong state. The answer was Ohio, and you went for Oregon. I'm not getting into this with you now, Lewis. Where's it Sotley when you need him? My maths teacher, he'd back me up here. I'm sure there's another one anyway. Yeah, it's Ohio. 17 stars because it was the 17th state to join the Union. I can tell you, it's really interesting here, only one of the players in the hot seat in the final got this one right, and it wasn't Toot. Again, I won't tell you who because I don't want to influence the game, but only one player out of the 5 got this one right. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4 all attempted and got them wrong, including Toot, who's gone for Oregon when it was Ohio. Toot, it's not going to be another medal for you. Thank you very much for playing, but you've been purged. I can tell you that Toot is going to be denied his 8th Purge medal. That would have been 8 medals for Toot. 8 Purge medals. But it's not going to be. Dogfish, welcome to the stream. We move on. Sooty Cat, you are going to be in control of the board. Decide based on this half question whether you want to play or pass. And if you're going to pass, double check who you are passing it to. Arun, Dalton, and Matt the Sprat all underneath. Good luck. Here is half a question. What nationality is the breakfast? And Sooty Cat passing this question to Dalton. So Dalton, you... Oh, that's my rubbish bag. That's why it's all... Oh, there's my hairband. I wonder where that had gone. Dalton, pressure is going to be on you to get this question right. And Arun and Matt, you can answer the question anyway, but you can rest easy knowing you're not going to be eliminated on this one. It's either going to be Dalton, if he gets it wrong, or Sooty Cat, if Dalton gets it right. Very best of luck. Dalton, here is that question in full. What nationality is The Breakfast in the name of a band led by Michelle Zauner, who also wrote the best-selling memoir Crying in H Mart? Last time. The correct answer, and Dalton's response, don't go for German. The answer was Japanese. I can say that was a sausage question for the players in the hot seat. The 3 who answered getting it wrong and 1 abstention there. Again, I'm not going to tell you who abstained because I don't want to influence you either way. But it is a good pass from Sooty Cat. You survived your question by getting rid of it. And Dalton, it's a great run, but you have been purged. Dalton was the player looking for their first full game night medal, first non-lobby medal. Dalton has a Google That lobby medal, but no other medals at game night. Unfortunately, it's not to be on this occasion, but thank you for playing, Dalton. Do continue in the background game. We move on to our next player, Arun Aromatics, or rather Omid Delali, who's evolved from Jimmy Carr in the game of Battlefront. Arun, half a question based on... Sorry, Omid, half a question based on this half question. Decide whether to play or pass. And if you're going to pass, make sure you're checking whether it's Sooty Cat or Matt that you are passing to. Best of luck. Here's half a question. Los Mayoros in Colombia. Jixi-shen in China. Passing it over to Matt. So Sooty Cat can sit and rest on their laurels. Still answer the question because it could be worth pennies. But rest on your laurels because there's no pressure of elimination on this question. Arun has passed it to Matt. Matt, if you get this one right, Arun's out the game. You get it wrong, you are out the game. Very best of luck. 20 seconds. Omid Delulu. Matt, here is that question in full. Los Mayoros in Colombia, Jixi-shen in China, and 61 in Azerbaijan are adaptations of what long-running quiz show? That's time. I can tell you 2 out of 3 of the players in the hot seat got this one right. Was Matt one of them? And what was the correct answer? It is the first correct answer in the final purge. given by Matt. Jeopardy was the answer, and that's exactly what Matt said. Los Mayoros means the best. Chinese title means what's this? And 61 refers to the number of clues in the game. Other unusual names when translated to English include Dare, Risk, Golden Fleece, Risk All, and Unusual Utterance, which I quite like. A run with the bollocks in chat. Because Arun was the other player who got this one right. I am revealing now we're down to 3. Sooty Cat didn't get that one correct. But Arun did. If you played it, Arun, you could have nominated one of the other 2 to eliminate. It's a bad pass from you, and I'm afraid you have been purged. And Arun going out of the game and being denied his second Purge medal. That would have been medal number 2 for you, Arun, but not to be tonight. So it comes down to Sooty Cat and Matt the Sprat. And I will tell you, both of these players are looking for their first Purge medal. Matt, you have got control, and based on half a question, you need to decide whether to play or pass. If you want to pass, you only need to press Sooty Cat because they're the only one left to pass to. Based on half question, Matt, are you going to play or pass? Here is that half. The only woman to win the award. It has been passed to Sooty Cat. Matt, giving the fate over to Sooty Cat. Sooty Cat, you get this right, you get your first Purge medal. You get it wrong, Matt gets his first Purge medal. Was that a good pass? That question in full for you, Sooty Cat, and for everyone playing in the Shadow game, and Matt as well, of course, in the Shadow game. Best of luck, 20 seconds. The only woman to win the award solo, Claudia Goldin, won a Nobel Prize in which discipline in 2023? And that is time. I can tell you that Matt the Sprat got this question wrong. I don't believe there is a Nobel Prize for gymnastics, though it may have been he had no idea and just typed something. But that is academic. I can imagine the tension in voice chat, Matt the Ref. That is academic that Matt the Sprat got it wrong because he passed the question. What matters is whether Sooty Cat got it right or wrong. Sooty Cat, if you got it right, and I can reveal now, you have won not only your first Purge medal, but your first ever game night medal. If you're wrong, Matt the Sprat gets his first Purge gold. I remember the last time we played the Purge, Matt the Sprat was in the final, and he had the he was eliminated without facing a question, which again is the rules of the game, but it that must have stung quite hard. So Matt is looking for vindication here. Was that a good pass or a bad pass? Jerry Harris, welcome to the stream. The correct answer and Sooty Cat's response. It was economics, and Sooty Cat went for medicine. It's a wrong answer, Sooty Cat. I'm so sorry. But it was a good pass from Matt, and it does mean... I want to hear what voice chat's doing right now. Yes, economics or economic sciences. She won for having advanced our understanding of women's labour market outcomes. Sooty Cat, commiserations. It's not your first game night medal tonight, but getting to the final 2 of the Purge is a huge achievement, so congratulations in that, but I'm afraid it's not the right answer and you have been purged. And from 34 players, we are down to just 1. In the final Purge last time we played and eliminated before they could get stuck into it, they are the last player standing. Congratulations, Matt the Sprat. You have survived the Purge. mate. I'm so pleased for you. Congratulations. That is your first Purge medal to go with 1 Battlefront gold, 1 Crossfire gold, 1 Hive gold, 1 Mole gold, 1 Moneybox gold, 1 Red Herrings gold, 2 Data Leak bronzes, a Spotlight silver and a Spotlight bronze. Massive congratulations to you. A great run and a well-played final. Good pass at the end there. And the spoils are yours. Huge congratulations to you. Commiserations to Sooty Cat on that final question. And can I extend a massive thanks to Samster. What a great question pack. Really good. I feel really sad I didn't get to play it. But really good stuff. And very many thanks to Lewis as well for proofing it. Let's check out the final scores. And it is Toot, I think, who's got the most questions correct out of the 21 that we played. No, because that doesn't include the Purge questions. 26 that we played. Toot managed to pick up 20, but only surviving 6 Purges. And it is Matt, 17 correct answers and surviving all 10 Purges. Ape and Shapes on 18. Love to see it. 18 correct answers and both surviving 3 Purges. Very well done there. Those have all been converted into pennies, should have been paid out, and should be telling you on your devices right now exactly how many pennies you've won. So very many congratulations, and thank you for playing, and thank you to Sam for the excellent question pack. Goodness me, it's been a tense game, especially tense to do this live with no cuts, which is why it takes an hour and 20 minutes to play one game. But we have got even more quiz coming up. I do hope you'll stick around, because if the tension there was a bit much for you, don't worry, we've got Data Leak coming up. Mr. Aladdin Sir himself, as written by Quizzle, again proofed by Lewis. Thank you for pulling double duty this week for us, Lewis. Data Leak's a bit lighter in format and spirit, so I do hope you'll stick around for this. Adverts coming up if you're not subscribed, but not if you are subscribed. You'll get to hear some nice music. We won't start the next game without you though, either way, so don't worry unduly on that account. So take this opportunity to go stretch your legs, get some more snacks, get some more drinks, go take any meds if you need to, pop to the loo, and we'll be back with even more quiz at game night in about 5 minutes time. Thank you again to Sam for writing, to Lewis for proofing, and congratulations to Matt. You have survived the Purge. And a message from our sponsor, Matt the Ref. Oh, no message, but a gift sub to Matt the Sprat. There's an extra bonus prize for you, Matt the Sprat. You're getting. You don't have to sit through the ads. I recommend you press refresh, Matt, just before I press the ads button, so that you can listen to the music rather than endure the ads. And Matt the Ref, thank you very much for your generosity there. Congratulations to Matt the Sprat. You have survived the Purge. So some music coming up for those of you who are subscribed. And I'm just going to go simple. For your bonus message, Matt wins. So, like I said, go stretch your legs, grab some drinks and snacks, pop to the loo. Ads coming in for non-subscribers, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes' time with Data Leak as written by Quizzle. I do hope you'll stick around for even more fun at game night. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Oh yeah, it's the track that's got the distortion on it. Do not adjust your sets, it's just the track.
It's too many. I think it should be little bitty.
This is a weird song, isn't it? So I'm just gonna squeeze my legs under the desk because Doggy Bear has decided to sleep under the chair. Flat Spaniel. He's very much feeling sorry for himself at the moment, so he is. Oh. Matt, congratulations. Super well played and very much deserved. Fizzy Pops and Pie had your voice check. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, Flat Banley. Yeah, he is Flat Baniel. Flat Banley. I should probably go through these raid messages. There's a lot of contention about what a square is. So I need to... I probably should have done those while we were on a break, actually. I'm into continuity now, but there we go. Anyway, hope you're all well. I'm having a great time tonight. If I sound mellow, I'm not. I'm feeling quite cool today. I've had a good couple of days at work. And, yeah, just feeling in a good place. House move has still not happened yet. Still keep my fingers crossed for things that need to happen that are out of my control. I'm still optimistic for October half term because it'll happen quite quickly once the things click into place. But we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, once I've moved, there'll probably be a bit of a hiatus in streams. There's another stream coming up which I might have to pull because I've got to go over to the office over in Cathedral at some point at the end of the month. So there's a Thursday night coming up because I've got to be there on the Friday. I might have to pull a Thursday stream, which is slightly irritating because it's the Thursday before the premiere of Google That, which I have started now. Started pulling that together. So yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens. It might be that I can drive over early on the Friday morning, but a lot of it is depending on is Nibs here as well, if I can get a dog sitter and stuff. So. Anyway, all of that to look forward to in the future. We've got 3 lotteries that we need to cash in. So, Matt, Solomon and Puzzle Dan. Matt the Ref, Solomon Dudley, and Puzzle Dan. All looking to cash in a lottery draw. Let's wait for the weird track to finish. Infinite Bamboozle. That'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? Good. Hurt inside. Yeah. I'm very sorry. Who hurt you, Werner Odenkirch? Who hurt you? Right, Veal success. Let's award random. Matt getting 910. Oh, Solomon 279. Puzzle Dan 523. The RNG, for God's not favouring you tonight.
What a shame. Pain.
Where's that one? Yeah, you'd have been better off just to cash in 1,000, but that's the way it goes. And those are all cashed in. Davidovich, welcome to the stream. My dude, you're just in time for data leak. Just a quick little bit of continuity. So let's give a shout out to our great friend Ash the Bash. Ash, very sadly, was unwell this week. I think he's probably got the cold that I've had. Yeah, what happens, everyone gets fresh as flu in September and it spreads whether or not you're associated with students or children. So we wish him all the best, and he said he's hoping to be back tomorrow evening, where who knows what there could be, because obviously he's was meant to stream Wednesday, so he might be doing his Wednesday catch-up, he might be doing Friday as scheduled, but we send him our love, and we hope we'll see him tomorrow. But do get well soon, mate, if you're watching this either live or on the VOD, and come back when you're ready, when your body dictates that you can, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night or very, very soon. If not, do go and give him a follow. Anyone else we can shout out? We should shout out Huds, because Huds gave me a shout out last night. Now, he's not here right now, oh, I have to wait 1 minute and 7 seconds. Okay, well, we'll do it through here then. Huds 601. Let's do an unofficial shout out like that. There they are. Now, Huds took my lottery machine and used it for his random acts of kindness, which I was the beneficiary of in the end. But Huds is a Sonic speedrunner, as I'm sure you all know, but he's just kicked off his Halo Stream season. So unlike me, where I do Halo Stream for one stream, he does Halo Stream for an entire month, and he's raising money for Blue Cross, as he does every year, which is an animal support charity, and he had one of the members, one of the team from Blue Cross there on his stream last night, and he's doing lots of stuff, lots of giveaways. He's got Tedo plushies, which I've already ordered mine. I've ordered a new hoodie as well. He's just a great guy, so if you're in a position to be able to help out and go and support, he does really good wholesome content. He's got a fabulous community over there, so just go give him a follow if you fancy something a bit of change of pace from the quiz. He's a great guy, and if you're in a position to support, he's the man. He's one of about 4 people I've got my eye on to go and raid later on, and I must read those raid messages, I really must. But do go give him a follow. Can I give him a proper shout out yet? Has the time passed? Let's copy that just in case it hasn't. Oh, unrecognised command shout. Shout out HUD 601. There we go. Yes, do go and give him a follow as well, because he's a top bloke and raising some excellent money for some excellent causes. Now, we've got some more game night to do. We've got some more quiz. It is 5 to 10, so the evening is pressing on, because it was a very steadily paced game of the Purge, but an excellent pack. So thank you again to Sam for your efforts and the proofing team. So tonight, I've not looked at any of the packs ahead of tonight. So massively grateful to the proofing team, Stimpson's Angle, and Lewis, who have been on duty this evening, as well as the writers themselves. So thank you very, very much for saving me some time so I can go and make things like Google that take 3. But this pack of Data Leak has been written by Quizzle83. I had a glance at it. It looks really, really good fun. And you can join in with the Universal Controller right there. I'll give you the room code in just a moment. And if you want to play, make sure you refresh your devices. It's going to have a lot of fun with this evening's pack of Data Leak, courtesy of Quizzle. And I'll see you on the other side of the titles. It's Data Leak. LCDT is the code if you want to come and play this pack, written by Quizzle83. And yes, we're quizzing Clive. I've taken a break from the witty banter and the chat. And come and join the game. LCDT is the code. While you come and join, I'm just going to have a cursory glance at work group chat. Very amusing. Also going to glance at my emails. Nothing urgent. I'm going to text Anya, see if she wants to come join us. And a message from our sponsor, Puzzle Dan.
Your daily reminder to always sing Mr. Aladdin, sir, just in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I might have actually sung this, because I mentioned this to Anya last night, and she said she likes the theme tune. I said, yeah, it's the Mr. Aladdin, sir one. I've just sent her a link, so she may turn up to watch. If you are, hey! And also, Clive, thank you for the 70-month subscription. My God in heaven, that's a lot of months. Too many. Things should be a little bitty. Well, I'm very grateful to you for the support. I see Lovely Eyes has come to join us, which I think is jogging. So, how was your 9 o'clock quiz jogging? And well done for making it back in time for Data Leak. I hope you had great success. Quite a few of you in already. Room for a few more. Anytime entry, of course, in Data Leak if you want to see how things pan out for a bit. I've got to be careful. I've drunk nearly a bottle of red wine tonight. I only bought one, thinking, I'll just sip it. I'll just sip it. But no, it's all good. Oh, she's already in Barnum. So she's going to be home in about 20 minutes. Right. Okay, I'll just text her back real quick. I guess I'll see you in half an hour then. Right, that's at least once around the loop, if not twice. Shall we get on with the game? I think we should get on with the quiz. Love of Barnum, that's, yeah, the hub of the South. Hub of the South Coast. Everyone has to change at Barnum. It's the way it is. Right, are we all ready? Co-op been ram-raided again. Was that Barnum Co-op got ram-raided? I know the one here in Rose Green, we've got a spate of shoplifters at the moment, so they've locked all of their wine in a cabinet. You have to press a doorbell to raise the attention of the staff. They've got like Cathedral City, and you know the plastic tubs that you get sometimes in big supermarkets to prevent shoplifting, where you have to go to the counter to get the magnetic thing off. They've got them a lot of fucking like Cathedral City now. And it's like, yeah, I've seen a couple of shoplifters there. They go in and they're so blatant about it. They jump on a bike and they run off. And it's like, the staff are there like 19, 20 years old. And it's like, you know, it's not worth getting stabbed for a pack of Cathedral City. It really isn't. So it's like, so I said to them one time when I saw someone just blatantly walk out, I said, do you want me to go after them and just chase them with the car? I said, no, it's not worth it. So it's like, it's right. It's sad in a way, but Ben's Late Night Waffles. I enjoy Ben's Late Night Waffles. I will go through these raid messages at some point because there's a lot to dig through there. Okay, she's watching because she just heard me say Cathedral City. Hi, babe, hope you're okay. But yeah, ain't worth getting stabbed for a packet of Cathedral City. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying it. Enjoy some Data Leak, and for everyone else watching along in the wings, if you're not an active participant, do enjoy the fun. Come and join us if you change your mind and fancy a bit of quiz. And for those of you who are in the game, this pack of Data Leak has been written by Quizzle. Let's play! No, we're not starting with any round yet. I'm going to explain the rules. Solve the puzzles as quickly as you can. I'll reveal a new clue every 10 seconds. The fewer clues you need, the more points you get. Up to a maximum of 5, down to a minimum of 1 if you need all 5. Get it wrong, you're frozen out for 8 seconds. So if you've got half an inkling, you might as well have a punt. It might be right, and it just means you can't answer again on that clue. Some puzzles may require your spelling to be exact. This is mainly a thing in round 4. And welcome to the game, Vertigo. Good luck and have fun. That's all there is to it. Fairly straightforward. Colin, welcome to the stream. Just in time for some Data Leak. If you what a random conversation to walk in. Yeah, a little bit. Sorry about that. There's room for the game, Colin. If you want to come and play, we haven't started yet. So get yourself in on the Unicorn room code right there as well, and come and join the fun. In the interim, here is round 1. 5 degrees as ever, and in this round... Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it's a typey game. It's not ideal on mobile, this one. Fair enough. Well, enjoy it all the same. In this round, you're going to be presented with a category and 5 longer clues, all describing the same person, place, or object. The faster you solve it, the more points you win. Simple as that. Good luck to you all. And puzzle number 1, we're looking for... I clicked the button. I didn't mean to click the button, but nothing bad happened. Anyway, puzzle number 1. It's a company for 5. Jerry Baldwin, Zev Siegel, and Gordon Bowker were the founders of this company. For 4, its first store opened in Seattle in 1971, and it now has more than 32,000 branches in 80 countries. A lot getting it for 4 there. For 3, the twin-tailed siren on its logo was originally topless until 1987. How woke. Hashtag sarcasm. For 2, this retailer takes its name from the chief mate in Herman Melville's Moby Dick. And for a single point, tall, venti and grande, or grand, are among the drink sizes available at this coffee house. Hey, it's a sea of green. It's Starbucks. Yes, Starbucks, of course, named for the first mate in the novel Moby Dick. And yes, the siren, not a mermaid, but a siren, was topless until 1987, until we decided that was probably in bad taste. But a lot of players getting that from 4 there. No one getting it from 5. Very well played if you got some points, which is everyone. Let's drain that puzzle. It was Starbucks. On we go to puzzle number... Oh, I've got lots of notes here. How exciting. Okay, puzzle number 2. We are looking for a nanamanamal. For 5. Pipperlook and Brumas were the first of these animals to be reared in the UK. Oh, well done, Solomon, for 5. For 4, Nanook is a dialect name for this creature. Couple more getting it here. For 3, this animal appears on the coat of arms of Greenland. The coat of arms of Greenland. Is it really, Matt? I didn't know that. For 2, seals are the chief diet of this creature, Earth's largest land carnivore. The blue whale. That's a mammal. For 1, native to the Arctic, this ursine creature appears to have white fur. Another sea of green. You'll have to see it. What a well-pitched pack already. It is the polar bear. Yes, it appears to have white fur. It's actually got black skin But I think it's white fur. It's not actually white. It's sort of grey, but it looks white because it reflects the snow or something like that. But I know polar bears have got black skin. Actually, I've got a note here. I'm talking out my arse. Its fur is transparent, but appears white to reflecting light. So I was half right. It is to do with reflecting the light, reflecting the snow. But the fur is actually transparent. They eat seals. They like a bit of seal clubbing. But yes, Nanook. Dialect for the Inuit people, and Pipperlook and Brumus, the first of these animals to be reared in the UK. Pipperlook was a male polar bear born at London Zoo on the 1st of December 1967, and Brumus was a female polar bear who had been reared at the zoo earlier. I eat penguins, so what? Don't tell Tipster that, he'll be very upset. Let's drain that puzzle. And we'll move on to puzzle number 3, where we're looking for a singer. For 5, aged 6, he appeared as Little Elvis in the 1992 Nicolas Cage film Honeymoon in Vegas. A couple getting it from this. Well played, Sam. And 2 for 4 now. His 2010 debut solo single reached number 1 in the US and UK and shares its name with a Billy Joel song. And for 3, alongside Anderson .Paak, he is a member of the duo Silk Sonic. For 2, in 2024, he duetted with Lady Gaga on Die With A Smile and with Blackpink's Rosé on Apatu. Apparently that's how you pronounce it. And for 1, sharing his surname with a planet, he was a featured artist on Mark Ronson's hit Uptown Funk. Most of us getting that, not everyone. Genuinely good questions. No, they are genuine. I mean, Quizzle is top drawer. Quizzle is an exceptionally good writer. All of the writers here are exceptionally good, but Quizzle he's a notch off doing it professionally. He's a great writer. And yes, Bruno Mars was the answer. We also accepted Peter Gene Hernandez, which is his actual given name. The Billy Joel song with which he shares his debut solo single is Just the Way You Are. When I see your face, it's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. But about 3 octaves higher. And yeah, APT or apt is apparently pronounced Apatu. My knowledge of K-pop is clearly limiting. But very well done if you managed to drag some points out of that. That was Bruno Mars. Let's drain the puzzle. Apatu, push pineapple, push the tree, whatever the words are. On we go. Puzzle number 4. We are looking for a fashion item. For 5, the lavalière is a similar style of this worn by women. Oh, some cultured people managing to get in for 5. Well, just 1 Brisbane getting 5. Well played. For 4, Terry McTeer, a fictional quiz show host, never wears the same one of these twice. Fetz managing to get 4 points there, and Puzzle Dan as well for 3. A piece of farfalle pasta is often said to be shaped like this. Lots getting for 3. For 2 now, Bill Nye and Pee Wee Herman both famously sported this item. And welcome to the game, TVP. Forcing a reorder for a single point. Formal events typically require men to wear a tuxedo and this around their neck. I know an interesting fact about Uptown Funk. No, you don't. It's a bow tie. A missed opportunity to say, according to the 11th Doctor, they are cool. Because bow ties are cool. I've worn a bow tie a few times. I wore one to a wedding once, because I've got a casual bow. Because I wear bow tie when I wear tails or a dinner suit or something for a big concert. But I've worn one to a wedding from time to time with braces. I've got a set of red braces that match my sort of burgundy red bow tie. It's really fun. But yeah, it's a bow tie. A lavalière, also known as a pussy bow.
Well, that's all right then.
It's not really appropriate for that button, but it's as close as I've got tonight. Terry McTeer never wears the same one twice. 2023 film Quiz Lady, host of Can't Stop the Quiz, Terry McTeer never wears the same bow tie twice. A nod to Vanna White never wearing the same dress twice. on Wheel of Fortune, excuse me. And farfalle pasta gets its name from the Italian for butterfly, is often called bow tie pasta. I will stick with my penne alla arrabbiata, which I made last night. Pasta bake with my chicken and bacon pasta bake with a frankly irresponsible amount of cheese is the name of that pasta bake. Oh, it was good. I had it for dinner last night. I had it for lunch today. I'm having it for dinner post-stream. It's so good. So it's like you do a chicken breast for like 25 minutes. You drown it in posh barbecue sauce. You then rip it apart with a pair of forks. You cold fry bacon, so bacon lardons. So you start them cold. You bring up the heat. You add half a cup of water. I told you this last time. I'm telling you again. I don't give a shit. So you get the bacon lardons, and then you have ham off the bone, sliced into decent sized chunks. Chuck it all together with a decent well, it's not decent, it's a cheap pasta sauce, but it works really well with a bit of milk, and boil up half a kilo of pasta. You get 2 dishes, honestly, and then like 2 balls of mozzarella and like half a kilo of cheese. It's unbelievably good. I showed you last week. I've done the same thing. I will never get tired of it. It's amazing. Let's drain that puzzle. Yeah, ready, steady, cook with bed. That'd be a good one. What is a lardon if not a cube of bacon? Well, not a bacon hard-on, as I accidentally called it last week. Anyway, Vertigo, welcome to the stream. Let's move on to the last puzzle of the round. We are looking for, appropriately enough, a food item. I didn't know this was coming up. For 5, according to a 2002 Sarah Perry cookbook, everything tastes better with this food. For 4, J&D's Foods launched a mayonnaise flavoured with this food in 2008. For 3, it is wrapped around oysters in the dish Angels on Horseback. And is wrapped around sausages in Pigs in Blankets. For a single point, if you're not there yet, a slice of this food is typically called a rasher, and a vegetarian version is known as bacon. We may have lost Dorbane from the game. Marcini getting there for a point. It's bacon, which I've just talked about with my lardons. I did not plan that. Oh, smart detective beta allow post to chat to post it. What? I'm just going to click allow because it's from JR. It's probably fine. Bacon is the answer. Bacon's a good idea. Yeah, J&D's Foods launched Baconaise, which I have to say I haven't tried because I'm not a massive fan of mayonnaise. But yeah, there we go. Auto-modded for bacon. I'm going to thumbs up that one, and bow ties are cool as well. I am going to look through those messages when I get a minute, possibly on the next round. Let's drain that puzzle and check the scores at the end of round 1. Toot off to a strong start with 21 out of 25. That's bloody good going. Sam's on 19. Jerry and LCD TV, aka Ape, are on 18. ABME, Clive, Matt, Ralph, they've all got 16. Puzzle Dancer and Stilgar are on 15. Brisbane, CJ, and Lovely Eyes and Shapes, and Solomon all on 14. And Cord Fets, that Jim Owen, which I think is a run, and JR and Cola and Prugs, Silver Electron all on 13. Flyboy, Maxio, Simpsons, Angle and Woolly back on 12. Silent Marine on 11. Vertigo 10. Dalton's on, and SJ on 8. Dorbane on 3. Marcini on 1. Still lots of time to get more points. We've still got 100 points left in this game. Let's play on round 2. It's all a blur since I changed the rules of this game and moved the round order around. In this round, you're going to be presented with a category and a blurred picture, which will gradually come into sharper focus. Faster you solve it, the more points you win. Simple as that. At the 2-point mark, you'll get a cryptic clue if the picture means nothing to you. So, yeah, keep pressing and guessing as ever. Have a go. You might be right. You never know. So if you've got half an inkling, worth a guess. If you're ready, I'm going to take this opportunity to go and look at some raid messages while you look at some pictures. Let's take a look at our first category. For 5, we are looking for a film. For 5. Very well done to Toot and Sam. For 4. For 3. And for Liam Neeson takes over from Leslie Nielsen, playing his son Frank Drebin Jr. in this 2025 sequel. For a single point now. It's The Naked Gun. Film is the fourth in the series and a follow-up to 1994's Naked Gun 33 and I think that's 33 and a half, but I've got a square on my notes because my font family is not good enough. The final insult. But yes, The Naked Gun was the answer, which I've not seen. Mark Commode was not particularly favourable in his review. That's all I know about it, but well done if you got that. Let's drain the puzzle. We accepted it with or without the article. And bye-bye Liam Neeson. Off you pop. Right, next puzzle. Next picture puzzle. We are looking for a sport for 5. Very well done, Maxio, Matt, Solomon, JR. A lot of people getting it for 5. Well played there. For 3. And for 2, this 7-a-side sport has 3 more players per team than the non-aquatic version. Fewer horses too. And bonus points to Quiddle for using fewer instead of less. For a 1 now. Prugs, you're saying the quiet bit out loud. That's the superpower in this game. Yes, if you squint now, I learned this when I was 17. It was because I'd lost my glasses at a house party. 17, 18, it was just before I started uni. I was still in 6th form. And someone said, yeah, but glasses are just squinting and pulling your eyes out slightly to get it in the right. And yeah, if you do that, it brings it into sharper focus. That's the superpower. Since you've said it in chat, Prugs, I can say it out loud. It's water polo is the answer, which I've never played, not officially. Playing water polo on seahorses. I've gone through the raid message. Fewer horses too. It's a good raid message. Goodbye, Liam Neeson. I quite like that. Everything tastes better in Ohio. A bannable breakfast. I've got quite a few raids. There's some good ones. I've just glossed over all the square rectangle ones. Most of them were too long for the mesh, and I didn't want to have an argument over them, so I've just said no to all of them. But there are a lot of raid messages that I've given thumbs up to, so I'll have to do a second pass a bit later on. Let's drain that puzzle. Well, I don't know if you got some points out of it. Oh, Sam closing the gap at the top. Just a point between Sam and Toot now. Just a point, just a point. Let's go on to puzzle number 3, or even number 3, where we are looking for a landmark for 5. For 4. Oh, that's no better. Come on, pixelation app. For 3. There we go. There's a solver run. Well played. I've been to this landmark, I will add. For 2, an estimated €3,000 are thrown into this Rome tourist attraction each day. Each day? Bloody hell. Single point available now. Every day. That's mad. That's the Trevi Fountain in Rome, where I went on my honeymoon for my unsuccessful wedding. Yeah, it's a lovely landmark. It doesn't look anything like that when you get there because there's tourists everywhere. If you go and paddle in it, they'll come and arrest you. But €3,000 a day is insane. But yeah, it's very pleasant. No, that's in Denmark, JR. Trevi Fountain's a big thing in the centre of Rome. It's about half a click from the Colosseum and the Vatican, as with everything in mainland Rome. No, it's not in Denmark. The Pissing Boy is in Copenhagen, not Italy. Trevi Fountain is what we wanted there. Very well played. If you got that one right, let's drain the puzzle. Mannequin Piss, that's the name I was after. Isn't much for the number of... Well, maybe not, but even still, you multiply that out on a factor of... I mean, they have tourists all year round. I mean, that's... How much is that? That's over... It's not very much, but it's over €1 million a year, which is quite a lot. Anyway, let's move on to puzzle number 4, where we're looking for a video game for 5. I have too strong a stream to be a pissing statue. No way! Bloody Nora, very well played. You're getting it from 5 there. Sam the first in. 8 seconds dead. 4 points available now. For 3. Okay, now I see it. For 2 with a clue. Sharing its name with a famous Motown duet, this game, unsurprisingly, has no single-player option. It Takes Two is what we're after there, which I've not played. And I think in my head I was mixing it. Actually, maybe it is more obvious because that's quite a distinctive graphics style. What's the word? I had too much to drink. I can't remember the word. It's not graphics. It's what word am I thinking of, chat? The word where it's not to do with graphics fidelity. It's to do with style. Aesthetic. Thank you, Abe. Aesthetic. It's a different aesthetic. I was thinking of what's the prison game where it's multiplayer? You've got to break out. I thought that's what the Kinetic Pixels. Yeah, quite. What's the prison game where you've got to break out where it's 2 players? It's no, it's not Escapist. It's something against like It Takes Two. Some of that cheese dish. Ape, you are welcome to visit rent-free anytime for a free hotel stay, and I will cook you an entire pasta bake to yourself. No, it's not chained together. I'm going to have to Google it. You don't know. Prison multiplayer escape game. A Way Out. I'm thinking of A Way Out. That's what I was thinking that was. Because I saw the answer. I saw the answer was It Takes Two. I thought, oh, that's that game that I'm thinking of, A Way Out, which I've not played, but I thought that was the one. Dorbane and Coda, welcome to the stream. It Takes Two. Let's drain the puzzle and move on to the final puzzle of the blur round. And I'm going to get my head back in the game because I'm going to have to do some more reading. Puzzle number 5. We are looking for an historical figure for 5. For 4. For 3. For 2, the second of 6, she lost her head, as did the 5th, Catherine Howard. And for 1 now. Who's that? To quote How I Met Your Mother, who's that skank? That's Anne Boleyn, as portrayed by Natalie Dormer in The Tudors. Yeah, second of Henry VIII's 6 wives. She lost her head. She was beheaded with a sword, is all I know about Anne Boleyn, rather than an axe. And Henry VIII wasn't there. He went to play tennis while she was being beheaded. But yes, that is Anne Boleyn. Not very many players getting that. We did accept Boleyn on its own. We did not accept Anne, nor indeed do we accept any of Henry VIII's other wives who are not the person in the picture. Very well done. If you got that one right, let's drain the puzzle. Oh, Toot reasserting his dominance and back into the lead with 40. Sam on 37, Clive on 32, Ralph on 30. What? Because there's 10 at the top and a bit of gaps at the top, and then it's all fairly even keel for the rest of it. It's like 29 down to 20 is the majority of players. Lovely Eyes Shapes on 29, Jerry and Matt on 28, Run Ape, Solomon Stilgar on 26, CJ Infect on 25, Silver Electron on 24, AB Me, Brisbane Cola, Prugs on 23, JR and Puzzle Dan on 22, Vertigo 21, Flyboy Maxio and Silent Marine on 20, SJ and Simpsons Angle on 19, and Cord and Woollyback on 16, Dalton's on 14, Dorbane's on 6, Marcini on 1. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that round because I didn't have to do much chatter. I've got to get my head back in the game now and concentrate as we go to round number 3. Any other name? In this round, you'll be presented with 5 clues and no category. All of those clues will be different descriptions of the same word or phrase. The faster you solve it, the more points you get. Let me look at the raw data and tell you. All of these can be solved with a single word. All of these clues can be solved with a single word. There is one alt, which is multiple words, but all of them can be solved with a single word. Okay? So it's not phrases, it's words you're looking for. 5 different definitions of the same word. The faster you answer, the more points you get. Punctuation doesn't matter. The only place punctuation was a problem was in round 4, where if there was a comma, it broke things and turned it into an alt, which I haven't fixed yet, but there are no commas in round 4 when we get there this week. So commas shouldn't matter, but you basically don't put a comma. There are no commas in any of the answers in this round 8 is an easier way of doing that. It's any other name. Puzzle number 1. No category. Here we go. For 5. French archer Sébastien, who won gold at the 1992 Olympics. For 4, an ornamental vertical groove in a column. Well done, Solomon. For 3, surname of Francis, the bellows mender in A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. For 2, a tall narrow glass used for drinking champagne. Not this. Lot getting it there. For 1, a musical instrument played by a flautist. Despite my mum still insisting on calling them flutists, a flautist plays a flute. And yes, you get a champagne flute. Francis Flute, who was the bellows mender in A Midsummer Night's Dream. An ornamental vertical groove in a column. I didn't know this one. That's called a flute. And Sebastian Flute won gold at the 1992 Olympics for archery. Very well done. If you've got some points, let's drain that puzzle. And let's give Colin a lottery since he's on mobile. Let's go to the right input mesh. Colin. Veal success. Let's see. The lottery hasn't given out more than 1,000 tonight. Let's see if it's going to be more successful for you. Whoa! Oh, snap! Colin! 6,489 pennies. Holy cow. Damn, bro. You have just gone to the top of the penny leaderboard. Yeah, it goes up to 25,000. I can't remember the rules I put, but they're in the penny reward thing. Cash in pennies. What does it say? Up to 25,000. But there is a the higher it gets, the smaller the percentage chance. But yeah, it goes up to 25. Is that the highest we've seen? I know Natter got pretty lucky on that, but Colin, that went well. It did indeed.
Well, that's all right then.
We'll have the second of Neil Patrick Harris tonight as the toy baker. 200 up to 2,500, but there is a 55% chance you will get fewer pennies than 1,000, because of course you can just cash in for a straight 1,000, or you can take a risk. Yeah, we've had 3 tonight, and they were all yielded under 1,000 pennies, but like some sort of lottery machine. And of course, do stick around because we have got the midweek Thunderball draw coming up at the end of this game. But Colin, enjoy your spoils. You are top of the leaderboard. You are ahead of Flyboy by about 200 pennies. So that's it. Woollybat wants to get in on this action. See if it's going to pay forward. Let's see. Just since we've got a bit of momentum going, Woollyback wants a lottery as well. Veal success to you, Woollyback. Well, how about that? That's 1,000. That's come out exactly right. I am now going to play the quiz, Clive. I'm sorry. I got excited. I wanted to give Colin some reward because he's on mobile. But yeah, that was a free ticket. You could have just, perfect 1,000. That's not happened before. Moving on. We're going back to any other name. Puzzle number 2. No category, remember. Here we go. I don't think Flyboy is either, to be fair, Colin. For 5, stage name of drum and bass DJ Jamie Quinn. Sorry, I've got my I've got my Clive of reference to get on with the quiz. For 4, a massive rock in which gems or fossils are embedded. For 3, it follows dot in a type of printer. A lot of solves here. For 2, in maths, a rectangular array of numbers. Fun fact, I wanted to write one of these into a config file earlier on at work today. A 2D array, but couldn't. I had to fake it. For 1, film franchise star Keanu Reeves as Neo. It's Matrix. We did accept The Matrix in that one as well. Yes, the only time in my entire professional coding life I wanted to write a 2D array because they still slightly frighten me. But I thought, oh no, we need a 2D array here for this thing that we're working on at the moment. And we don't support 2D arrays in the config file. So I had to write it as a string, gun-separated string, which then had to write some icky code to translate it. Yeah, the Matrix is the answer, but yes, 2D arrays. An array of well, that's basically what a 2D array is an array of arrays or a list of lists. I try and avoid them when I can, unless I'm deserializing JSON stuff, because I feel it makes the code slightly more challenging to read for me if I'm going back to it later on. So I tend not to do lists of lists or arrays of arrays or 2D arrays in game night stuff. It's all flat structured. Anyway, Matrix was the answer. Let's drain the puzzle. A gun separated string, Colin. So you've got gun separated string, bar separated string, or comma separated string. Those are the 3 I go to. All of those are used in some capacity in the game night technology that we use. Bar is the most common. I mean, comma is most common for data and question packs. Bar is the most common for me for data. Gun is... Very good, JR. I can't do that. There you go. That's... Oh, for fuck's sake, it cuts white space, doesn't it? White space. There you go. There's a tab separated string for you. But yeah, gun is my second go-to if I've got a multiple, if I need to separate by bars and something else for various reasons, which I'll get to another time when I do my lecture on the game night stuff. For now, we're going to move on to our next puzzle. Puzzle number 3. No category, remember? Here we go. For 5, the former name of the Ralph Waldo Emerson House Museum. For 4, wild or uncultivated part of a country or region. For 3, rock band fronted by Gavin Rossdale. There's our first solve. It's Vertigo getting 3. A lot of solves going to come in for 2. Shepherd's Blank, a district of West London. For 1, surname of father and son US presidents, both named George. Bush is the answer. George Bush and George W. Bush. Yeah, Shepherd's Bush in London. Bush is the rock band fronted by Gavin Rossdale. Didn't know that. Wild or uncultivated part of a country or region, out in the bush. You might get it in Australia. Yeah, out in the bush. Or the underbush, or the whatever the Australians call it. Well done if you got some points there. Let's drain the puzzle. And move on to puzzle number 4. For 5, controversial advert that aired as part of LBJ's 1964 presidential campaign. Very well done, 2, picking up 5 there. For 4, first name of Katy Perry's daughter. Still no one. For 3, Marc Jacobs perfume, launched in 2007. Run Lupine, Samster, Cola, Shapes, all getting this for 3, and Stimpson as well for 2. Girlfriend of Donald Duck. For 1, common garden flower with a yellow head and white petals. Oh, Flyboy is in the game. I said Flyboy wasn't in the game. Forgive me, Flyboy, I've just spotted you. You are in the game. That's a daisy. Daisy duck, daisy in the garden. Daisy chains, they're things that we used to make in primary school. Marc Jacobs' perfume is called Daisy. Daisy Perry, and of course, the controversial advert that aired as part of Lyndon B. Johnson's 1964 presidential campaign was Daisy. Well done if you got some points. Let's drain the puzzle. Toot. Stamping all over the competition, which is Samster, who is stamping all over his competition, which is everyone else. 54, 47, 41. Bit of a gap emerging at the top. Still time to make it up. Let's go on to puzzle number 5. A door has opened, which means another human being has entered the apartment. Hi! She's not going to talk to me. She's not going to talk to me. Why would she? Who would want to talk to me? Puzzle 5, let's go. For 5, French wine grape, also called Gros Verdot. For 4, Spanish surname of an explorer born in Genoa in 1451. Well done, shapes. First to solve for 3 now, the currency of Costa Rica. 2, major part of the large intestine in humans. It's not the one that's not necessary. It is quite necessary. For 1, punctuation mark formed of 2 dots, one above the other. That's the colon. We accepted it with the acute accent over the O as well. Yeah, Christopher Columbus was the explorer. Cristobal Colon, which is his Spanish name, born in Genoa in 1451. I didn't know the colon was the currency of Costa Rica, so that's new. But yeah, you need your colon. You can't have your colon removed. Is the colon the one that produces bile, or is that the gallbladder? Colon is, it's an important, it's not like your appendix where it's not really necessary and you can just have it whipped out if it starts to be a problem. Hey ho, yeah. Hands up, who's had their appendix out? I've had my appendix out. One of the only times I've cancelled a stream through illness, if not the only time I've cancelled a stream through illness, was when my appendix basically ruptured live on stream in the middle of Red Herrings. I thought, we're not playing the second game. I'm going to go to hospital and have major keyhole surgery. Hands up who's had their appendix out. Yeah. That was fun. You go back and watch it. I'm going to dig out the VOD. I'll post it in the Discord later on. Come join the Discord if you're not in it, by the way. I'll dig it out later on. The episode that I cancelled earlier, the only episode I've cancelled midway through that wasn't because of a computer issue, but through health. Yeah, it's great lore. He's cancelled one episode through sickness, and it was because his colon ruptured and he was in keyhole surgery 12 hours later. Yeah, I know, right, Colin? Let's drain that puzzle. Check out the scores. Toots in the lead with 57. Sam's got 49. Ralph and Shapes currently tied for the bronze with 44. Clive just a point behind with 43. Matt's got 40. Lovely Eyes, a.k.a. Jogging, on 39. Arun and Solomon on 38. Ape and Stilgar on 36. Jerry's got 35. CJ and Cola on 34. Fetch, JR and Prugs on 33. Brisbane and Silver Electron on 32. Vertigo's got 31. Ape and me and Puzzle Dan on 30. Maxio and Simpson on 28. SJ and Woolly back on 26. And Cord, Flyboy and Silent Marine on 25. Dalton's got 24. Dorbane on 11. And Marcini on 1. Going back to the round where I can just sit back, relax, and not have to say much. It's round 4, which is the clue chain, and in this round you'll be presented with a category and a single word or phrase that will gradually have more letters added to it. Just going to refer to my notes on this one. Oh, this is a really good theme. There's a really good theme running through this round, but you'll be relieved to hear there is no punctuation, so you do not need punctuation for any of these answers, but you do need the word and. A-N-D in quite a few of them. If that gives you any hints as to the clues that come. Really nice theme running through here. We'll gradually add more letters to it. The faster you solve it, the more points you win. But this is a round where your spelling must be exact. Okay, no 80% spell checker threshold tolerance for you here. Exact spelling. So use the crossword clues to help you and double check before you press enter. Exact spelling required. Good luck to you all. Let's go to our first puzzle, and we are looking for 2 similarly named actresses. For 5. Well done, Clive, for 4. 4 getting in now for 3. And for 2. And for 1. I've already told you the missing word. This should be a sea of green. Halle Bailey and Halle Berry. Halle Bailey starred in 2023's The Little Mermaid and The Colour Purple. Halle Berry played Storm in the X-Men film series. How did you miss time? By the time we got to clue 1, I told you the middle word is always going to be "and" in all 5 of these puzzles. I'll give you that for nothing. So that might be an extra help when you get Halle Bailey, a Halle Berry. Actual query. Oh, actual query. Shall we have a look, JR? You put 3 L's in Halle Bailey, I'm afraid. And then you put H-A-L-L, you put Halle Berry with an I-E on the end. I can screenshot it if you like. And put your shame as a testament to everyone, JR. I'll tell you what, I'll DM it to you. Because you're at the top of my DMs. That's what you put. Yeah, 3 L's in the first Halle. And misspelling of Halle in the second. There you go. Look at that. What's that service? How about that for service? Let's trade the puzzle and move on to puzzle number 2. We're looking for... Yeah.
What a shame.
2 similarly named TV shows for 5. Shame. Indeed, JR. For 4. Well done, Avey, me and Simpson and Ape and Clive for 3 now. For 2. And for 1. I mean, that's a very... That RNG's a bit... Yeah, I don't love that. The Good Life and The Good Wife. The Good Life is a 1970s UK sitcom. The Good Wife is a 2000s US drama series. That's a bit stingy of RNG there. We've got 2 blanks, 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 blanks. Basically the entire answer. Yeah. Oh, mind you, it's still redacted the key letter in the first show. The Good Ife. It could have been the Good... Pife? Anyone want to clip that? That's a moment. The Good Pife and the Good Wife. No. Yeah, let's move on. Let's trade the puzzle. On we go. I like this one a lot for various reasons. Let's take a look. Puzzle number 3. Be quiet, JR. 2 similarly named countries for 5. The Good Fife. Fife was right there. Oh, Fitz. Oh, you're much wittier than I am when I've had a drink. For 4. And for 3. For 2. For 1. Albania and Armenia, bang on, CJ. No, Slovakia and Slovenia. I like this question, as you all know, my favourite country in Europe is Slovenia. And apparently in 2018, the prime ministers of both countries resigned within a week of each other, which surely confused nobody. Absolutely nobody. Oh, come here, pipe. Yeah, Clone Fighter, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. The Good Pipe. That coming in as a rain message. I've got to give that a thumbs up. Appendix in, appendix out, you shake it all about. That's what they joke. The guy who wrote the Okie Kokie died last week. It was fine until the funeral came around. And they put his right arm in, and then the trouble started. Do you know where your appendix is? There's only one appendix message that's got highlights so far. It's the first one that came in. It was very funny. Anyway, oh god, drain the puzzle. I need to go to sleep. I've had too much to drink and not enough to eat. I'm not saying a word. Puzzle 5. 2 similarly named foods. This is basically my diet, 8 Minky, at this point. For 2. For 1. You can join the game, Clone Fighter. Come join Unicorn there, room code right there. Macaron and macaroni, which is my entire diet. That's the only things I know how to do. I can make a macaroni or penne pasta bake, which is basically macaroni but bigger. And I can make macarons, by which I mean my girlfriend brings me macarons home from Marks and Spencer's. And they're fucking awesome. Oh, I mentioned both of these things tonight. An irresponsible amount of cheese, Lewis. An irresponsible amount of cheese, frankly. Like a kilo plus of cheese. Fucking hell. One where everything comes back around, it is that. Macaron and macaroni. Macaron is a small almond flavoured cake, and a macaroni is a type of tube-shaped pasta. Is it? I don't know, is it a macaron or is it a macaroon? I think it's a macaron of the other things that we have. Babe? Yeah, macarons are the things we have. Babe? She's not going to hear me. The fan's on, the door's closed. The door opens. I've just googled it so I know the answer. Yeah, macaroons. That was my money box question. Which is a macaron and which is a macaroon? Which HUD's answered on the HUD stream. That's the coconut cake. But the macarons, they're the ones made from unicorn tears and love. I know they're different things, Colin. I know. I wrote a question about how different they are. Everyone who I think who is here got points. Drain the puzzle. What are the scores? My God, what is happening? No more polls. Is your appendix still? Can I vote in this puzzle? How does this work? Oh, I can only report it. No, out. How do I click out? I can't click out. Oh, it's ended. That's a shame. Oh, bloody hell. Right, Toot's got the lead with 70. Sam, 7 points behind with 63. Then Clive on 57. Ralph and Shapes on 56. Ape on 52. Arun on 50. Jogging on 49. Jerry and Matt and Solomon on 47. Shilgar on 46. CJ and JR on 45. AB, Me, Fetz and Coda on 44. Prugs, Silver Electron on 43. Brisbane and Vertigo on 42. Stimpson's Angle on 38. Maxio 34. Puzzle Dan on 33, SJ on 32, and Cord, aka Conradalac, and Flyboy and Dalton on 31, Woodybacks on 30, Silent Marine on 29, Doorbanes on 50, Marcini on 1. But it's still wide open because there's 25 points left available, which means everyone from CJ and JR upwards could technically still get a gold medal because it's round 5. Oh no, there's one more question. Fuck. 2 similarly named women of Greek myth. Ha! Oh my God, fuck it, I'm really pissed. I need port. Port needs to happen. I thought that was it. I'm not going to do the scores at the end of the round. For 4 now. For 3. And for 2. And for 1. Andromache and Andromeda. I have to say, I've only heard of one of those. Andromache was the wife of Hector, as in Hector Salamanca from the Breaking Bad universe. Famed for her fidelity and virtue, Andromeda was a princess rescued from a sea monster by Perseus. And I completely forgot there was one more question. So I'm going to drain that puzzle. And now look at the scores. Those are the scores. Toot's now got a 10-point lead. Sam's in second. Shapes is in third. But there's 25 points available in the final, which means anyone from Lovely Eyes and upward could still win, because 25 points, 49 plus 25 would give you 74. Getting tense. Tense at the top. I mean, Toot's got a two-question lead. I mean, it's a reasonably safe bet if he's consistent going into this final round that he's going to get the gold. Silver. Sam's got a good shot. Shapes. Bronze is there, but there's some competition just behind. Getting tens. Yeah. I've had too much to drink, which is why I'm not concentrating on how many questions have gone. Let's go to round 5. I can do that. Click button does stuff. Content filter is the final round of the night. In this round, you will be presented with a category of 5 shorter clues, all of which will be contained within or connected to the answer. Faster you solve, the more points you win. I think Marcini may possibly be AFK at this point, Clive. You'll know the rules. It's like round 1, but shorter clues. Good luck. Here is puzzle number 1. We're looking for a shared first name for 5. First £1 million player in women's soccer. Just the first name. For 4, author of the Balkan and Levant trilogies. For 3, second main Elizabeth II actress in The Crown. For 2, singer of Driver's License and Good For You. For a single point, Sandy actress in Greece. Olivia was the answer, going down from the top. Olivia Newton-John in Greece. Olivia Rodrigo, the singer of Driver's License and Good For You. Olivia Colman, the second main Elizabeth II. Hey, Olivia Colman, my quiz team name. Trivia Colman, my OQL team name. Author of the Balkan and Levant trilogies is Olivia Manning, and the first £1 million player in women's soccer was Olivia Smith. Very well done. Let's drain the puzzle. Move on to puzzle number 2. We're looking for... tying into the rest of the stream, an organ by parts. For 5, I beg your pardon, lateral crus. For 4, nares. For 3, septum. For 2, olfactory epithelium. And for 1, the nasal cavity. Come on, Stimson. Hey, there we go. Marcini is not AFK. Makes us a sea of green. From the top down, nasal cavity is the air-filled space behind the nose. The olfactory epithelium is the special tissue within the nasal cavity. The septum divides the 2 nostrils. The nares is another name for the nostrils. And the lateral crus is the cartilage forming part of the side of the nose. Fun fact, this groove here, there, that groove where my moustache is, that's called the fulcrum, spelt with a PH. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, thank you. Just thought you'd like to know that. Why are you capturing that when you were capturing the other thing before? I thought that was fun. That's called the philtrum. Did I say Filtrum? I meant Filtrum. Yeah, Filtrum. I learned that from an advert. Let's drain the puzzle. On we go to puzzle number 3. We are looking for an actor by roles for 5. Danny Vance, 2014. For 4, Elio Pellman, 2017. Behave, Lewis. For 3, Paul Atreides, 2021. For 2, Bob Dylan, 2024. And for 1, Willy Wonka, 2023. Timothy Chalamet was the answer. Wonka in Willy Wonka 2023. Played Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown in 2024. Played Paul Atreides in Dune and Dune Part 2 in 2024. And yet to be released Part 3 from 2026. Played Elio Perlman in Call Me By Your Name in 2017. And played Danny Vance in Men, Women and Children, his film debut in 2014. Let's drain the puzzle with 2 to go. 10 points available. Toot has cemented the gold with 86 at the top. 11 points clear of Sam with 75. Still a race for silver and bronze between Sam, Shapes, Ralph and possibly Clive as well. Gold, silver and bronze all between them. Ape could potentially have a look in on the bronze, potentially the silver as well, with still 2 puzzles to go. Let's go to our next puzzle. We're looking for a country by cities. For 5, Zagazig. Well done, Solomon, for 5. For 4, Mansoura. Woollyback getting there as well. For 3 now, Port Said. A few more getting in here. For 2, Alexandria. And for 1, Cairo. That is Egypt. They're all cities in Egypt. What more can I say? Cairo being the capital. Very well done if you got that earlier than clue number 3. Let's drain the puzzle. Right, let's check in with the scores. 5 points left. Shapes can tie for the silver, which would leave Ralph or Clive, maybe Ape getting the bronze. Only if Shapes gets 5 points here and ties the silver with Sam. That would be if Shapes gets it for 5 and Sam doesn't get it. So let's see what you can do with puzzle number 5. We're looking for an author by books. For 5, A Clergyman's Daughter. For 4, Burmese Days. Solomon, Arun, Toot, Sam, Kola all picking up 4 and Shapes as well. For 3 now, Homage to Catalonia. Hello, Hod 601. How you doing, my dude? Great to see you here. Just in time for the Thunderbolt draw. For 2 points, The Road to Wigan Pier. I didn't want to panic you, not my intention. For 1, 1984. You're here just in time for the Thunderbolt draw, HUD 601. That was George Orwell. We also accepted Eric Blair, which was, I believe, George Orwell's real name, George Orwell being a pen name. And, yeah, nothing else to say about those. They're all written by George Orwell. Let's drain that puzzle and check out the scores. We have got some clear winners. So about to finish, so we had to quickly go... No, I was giving you a shout out because you are a wholesome streamer who gives away things for free, and you are generally a person worth following, so I thought I'd just give you a real shout out as well. Stop telling lies. No, you are. Genuinely, HUD601, great dude. I was there last night. He's he's effectively just given me £120 worth of stuff from the random acts of kindness stuff that he does, which is stuff that HUDs does on his channel from the money he gets from his subscriptions. He basically just throws it back to people and says, so yeah, go follow him. He's a great guy. But we're not raiding you tonight, not least of all because you're not live anymore. That is the end of the question, the end of the round, and the end of the quiz. And at the end of that, it is Shapes who takes the bronze with 77. It's Sam who takes the silver with 82. But with an absolutely astonishing 93 points, your winner tonight is Toot. Goodness gracious me, Toot. Very well done. There's your 25th data leak gold. My God in heaven, this guy is just ridiculous. Sam, that's your 12th data leak silver. And Shapes, that is your 11th data leak bronze. Only the one gold for Shapes. You gotta do a bit better there now, Belfast, for the data league gold. But very, very congratulations to the top three and everyone else whose pennies should now have been paid out and should be displaying on your device how many that you've won from the game. It might be 25 per question. I might need to boost it. I know it's a multiplier of scores on this. Might need to boost it. Ramford does objectively have the best score of 69. I hope you've had fun. Quizzle, massive thank you to that pack. I'm sorry that I slightly butchered it in my slightly inebriated state, but it was an absolutely stonking pack. And Lewis, thank you very much for proofing as well. We have got the midweek Thunderbolt draw before we end the night, so do not go anywhere because Lady Luck may be in your favour. If you want to stick around for even more pennies, the midweek Thunderbolt draw is coming up after these credits. Congratulations again to our medalists. Thank you to Quizzle and for writing, and to Lewis for proofing. And I will see you the other side of the credits for the midweek Thunderball draw this game night. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a second. Right, just give me a minute to fire up the machine and we will do the midweek Thunderball draw. Don't forget to refresh your Unicons. Oh no, I don't press that button yet. My bad. Don't forget to refresh your Unicons as we go to the draw. It's just loading up and it's taking longer than normal. Oh, there we go. There it is. Let's pop you up there and join with the room code. You will also need to join with this room code in just a minute. Right, we're not in test mode. We're not skipping opening titles. We are playing Thunderball mode. And I'm sure all the other config is correct. Right, if you're ready, device is ready. It's time for the midweek Thunderball draw. Live from Persephone's Chair Studios, it's time for the midweek Thunderball draw. If you want to play MBVT, it's the code. We've got room for 40 players on this game night Thunderball draw. Do grab those seats real quick. I have corrected the issue where if you press random, it might give you numbers greater than 39. That is no longer a thing. Join before I hide the room code or you won't get anything. There are some other graphical things that I need to fix in this game. I just simply have not had the time to do them in the last week. So do come and grab one of those seats if you want some pennies and deal with the graphics things. They are going to get solved at some point soon. Oh, Quizzle, thank you for a great pack of data. It's been an amazing night. I've had a wonderful time tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. You are all marvellous people. I genuinely appreciate you coming to spend your Thursday night with me. And it's fun because I can drink and pretend it's a social event. It is. It's not. No pretending. It is a social event. I hope you're all having a drink as well. But I have drunk an entire bottle of Shiraz tonight, so I'm going to have to go crack open the port in a minute. Royal Flush being paid too much. Don't know about all that. I'm not even paid anything. Per participant, an array of 50 machines. No. Simply not happening. Right, I'm looking at raid targets. I've got a lot of raid messages I need to go through. There's going to be a lot of bonus pennies going out tonight. But I think I know who we're raiding, if they're still going to be live. I wanted to raid them last week, but they were they finished just as we finished. So I'm going to hopefully not have the same problem this week. I have got a backup just in case, but let's see what happens. The last chance to come and join. We're going to be locking it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie. Let's hide that room code. No more entrance at this time. How come your mum lets you have 2 lotto machines? Because that's how the Thunderball works. Let's start the machine. Get your bids in. You can lucky dip if you want to randomize all 10 lines. I have fixed the logic that randomizes it more than 39. I haven't fixed the logic where it shows you your winning lines on the screen nor any of the other graphics things. It's on the to-do list. It will be happening soon. Oh, did it not? Oh, fuck. I mean, damn. I must have done it for lottery, but not for Thunderball. Can you note that, JR, and I'll patch that in before next Thursday. A reminder, I am not here on Saturday. I've got a prior engagement, so I'm not going to be with you this coming Saturday, but I will be back next Thursday, which I realise I don't think I did during the continuity, so I'll do it while you're getting tickets in. But yes, I'm not here this Saturday. Do come join the Discord for full and up-to-date details. But no, I'm not here on Saturday. I will be back next Thursday with Bamboozle by Cola, Moneybox by JR, and The Pyramid by Vertigo. Very much looking forward to that stream. So do come and join me in a week's time for even more game night. But no stream on Saturday. In the interim, don't forget you can go and follow Ash the Bash, who, God willing, if he is recovered, he should be with us tomorrow evening. I've said it 3 times tonight, Sooty Cat. I don't think that's a problem. Right, I think I've seen the numbers stopping coming up. Although Simpsons, Angular, and TVP have still got 0 for their Thunderball draw, as has Lewis. So something is wrong with the logging. I will investigate that. I'm going to lock that entry and start the machine. I've started the machine. I'm going to release those big money balls. Let's produce those penny prize balls. In they come to the machine, bouncing around, enjoying the Unity physics engine. There they are. That will teach you for doing 10 manual lines, Lewis. It really will. Why is it debugging 0 as your Thunderball? I've really got to look into that. JR, could you just note that down and I'll remember to look at that. Right, very best of luck to you all. Veal success. I hope the lottery Thunderball draw brings you as much joy as you are hoping. Let's start the draw. My logger is logging Thunderballs as 0 on, I think, manual selection. I think I know why, but Thunderball logged as 0, and I will know what to do that. Yeah. Let's start the draw. Good luck to you all. Veal success. And tonight we are using Lancelot and Set of Balls number 6. So, eyes on your tickets. No, it sounds like it's logging it before it's picked the Thunderball. First one out is number 8. First appearance in the main Thunderball draw. I think I'm logging when you pick your main numbers, not your Thunderball, I think is what's going on there. Thank you, JL. Number 8 is first out of the machine. Let's take a look at our second number as they settle down. It is number 26. Second appearance in the main Thunderball draw. Last appeared on Thursday, the 25th of September. It's last Thursday, 2 weeks in a row for number 25. We go on to our next ball. That one there, number 39. First appearance in the main Thunderball draw, top of the shop. Highest number that you can get in the Thunderball. First time appearing here at Game Night. Certainly for the Thunderball draw. On we go. Ball number 4. That's good, Prugs. Let's keep that mentality. Hopefully this one will be good for you as well. Ball number 4 is number 7. First appearance in the main Thunderball draw. One more to draw. This could be the one that could make you very, very wealthy. Huds has died. Get a minus lead to start draw. I'd love that, Lewis. We've not got one there, so let's give them a bounce and try again. Ball number 5. We've got one that time. It's number 3. First appearance in the main Thunderball draw. So those are our 5 Thunderballs. If you've got any of those, that could be a good sign for you. Let's start the second machine. And let's release the Thunderballs. Just 14 of these. These are the ones that could make the big difference if you've got... Even if you've not got any numbers matched on the main line, if you match the Thunderball, that could mean some pennies. If you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 numbers on the main draw, if you match this Thunderball, that could be a colossal amount of pennies. Good luck to you all. Let's pick a Thunderball. As they settle, it takes a little bit more time to settle because there's not quite as many balls. Have we got one first time? We haven't. Let's give them a bounce and try again. We've got one that time. It's number 11. First appearance as the Thunderball. And let's recap those numbers, this time in ascending numerical order. Tonight, your Thunderball line is number 3. Number 7. Number 8. Number 26. Number 39. And the Thunderball, it's number 11. Very much did keep myself busy in your absence, Shapes. Let's take a look at those lines. Oh, there's a lot of numbers up there. Any big draws that we need, any big wins that we need to report? Quick scan through because they're not. Puzzle Dan getting 1,500 for 2 numbers in the Thunderball. Brisbane getting 1,000 pennies for 3 numbers without the Thunderball. 1,000 for Jerry for 3 without the Thunderball. Clive 1,000 pennies for 3 without the Thunderball. I think 1,500 for Woollyback for 2 with the Thunderball. I think those are the big wins. Those pennies have been paid out. I will be arranging those in order of wins and changing the straps so they're a little bit more legible. I appreciate they're a bit difficult to read, but just looking at my log. 850 to JR, 500 to Solomon, 250 to Lupine, 250 to Matt the Sprat, 250 to 8 Minky, 350 to AB Me, 500 to Fetz, 200 to SJ, 1,000 to Flyboy, 750 to Stilgar, 1,600 to Dalton, 1,250 to Brisbane, 850 to Shape, 1,600 to Dan, 250 to Prugs, 700 to Sooty Cat, 100 to Silent Me, 350 to Conrad Lag, 850 to TVP, 750 to Maxio, 100 to Collins, 1750 to Jerry, 350 to Huds, 100 to Silver Electron, 2100 to Woollyback across 4 lines there, well played, and 1250 to Clive across 2 lines. Very well done indeed. That was the Thunderball draw. I hope you've got some pennies. Enjoy the credits, and I'll see you at the other side to wrap up this edition of Game Night. And that was the midweek Thunderball draw. I hope you all got as much out of it as you wanted, and that is game night for the week. I'm afraid I am not here on Saturday because I have a prior engagement. I've got a gig, the Harvest Supper. I'm doing some magic tricks for the for the church I play at, so that'll be fun. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be with you, but I will be back next Thursday, where we have got Bamboozle, Moneybox and the Pyramid. I do hope you'll come and join me for that. It's been a wonderful game night this evening. I've had such a great time. Thank you so much again, everyone, for joining me. Big thanks to the question writers for this evening, to John on their first pack, to Samster of Battlefront, to Samster for the Purge, to Quizzle for Daythleep, to all the proofing team, Stimpson and Lewis in particular for proofing tonight's games. I hope you have all had fun. It is time for me to pick some raid messages. I've got them down to a few. Commiseration pennies to Lupine for there are no raid messages leave, to Ardenfets for they're in the garden and different from plants, to Brisbane for seafood is different from pudding, and Stimpson Angle for fish are different from pudding. Two variations on the same theme there. To Jerry for goodbye Liam Neeson, to Jerry as well for Clive of reference, to 8 for hands up who's had their appendix out, to the good pipe, to Clone Fighter for the good pipe. I really want a zig R from Vertigo. Stop pressing buttons from Simpsons Angle, but tonight's raid message is going to go to Lewis for it's not worth getting stabbed for Cathedral City. Extra pennies for you. Really Crash is still live. They're playing Half-Life 2. It looks like they're into the denouement of the game. I wanted to raid them last week and now they are still live, so we are going to do that. Thank you all, everybody, so much for joining me. I've had a wonderful game night. I hope you have as well. Until next time, I have been Royal Flush. You have been watching Game Night. Be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. No stream on Saturday, so I will see you hopefully next Thursday. Do come and join the Discord if you're not there already. And until next time, take care, peace out, and good night.